Jewellery Maker, how are you today? So nice to be with you. My name is Rebecca Redican, but you can call me Becky because we're all friends here. It's so lovely to have you here today. It really, really is. And I've got to say, Last Chance Special is absolutely true for a lot of the things I've got coming up for you. I've got a challenge selection for you on your second kit today as well. I have been given an absolute joy and pleasure to be able to bring you some extremely unusual gemstones today, and we get inspiration off a guest designer I feel like I haven't worked with in far too long. It is the extremely talented Sammy Fletcher.
Hey!
Hey you! How are you?
I'm really good. It's great to see you.
You too. I've missed your face.
Oh, I've missed you too.
Thanks. Lovely lady, you have created some highly exquisite pieces for the first kit. Tell us a little bit about this.
Well, the kit listing came through and it was called Wisteria. And I just love the draping, you know, they're beautiful. Yeah. So I just wanted to try and recreate that. So we kind of have like an Art Deco wisteria look to it. Yeah. It's one of those things that sometimes when you make something, you go, oh. And it was one of those. It was like, oh, I really love it.
Oh, I really love it.
So yeah, I did post going, I'm really excited about this. So yeah.
Fab. Oh, I'm so excited to come and join you for those kits, and that will be happening very soon indeed. However, I'm starting off with something very special today. I'm going in with not just a pop, with a bang today. That woke you up, didn't it? We're going to start off with, I'm just forewarning you right now because I like to kind of prepare you when things I know are going to sell out are going to sell out. This is just the starting of the day. Sterling silver foxtail chain bracelets. This is absolute opulence. This luxurious lavishing of sterling silver in this glorious design. This is going to sell out, and now is your opportunity to own it. It's 0800 644 655. Take a look at how lavish this is. I've got just shy of 100 of these, and already the names are going. Look at how stunning this is. Look at the detail of this. What you get with a foxtail is a huge amount of your metal, a mammoth amount of precious metal, and you can see that you're getting that really wonderful movement of the links. That kind of really rotate naturally into one another. You have got the clasp section that you can see here, and as it's a bracelet, this is where the excitement happens, because this isn't a bracelet that is in one size. This is a bracelet you can make any size you like, because look, that's the section that would essentially be in the center of your wrist, the top of your wrist. So you've got the clasp at the bottom, and so here you could just put one pearl, for example, if you wanted to. Or you could put a charm, you could put a connector in this section, or you could put loads of gemstones. Could even turn it into a necklace if you wanted to. You really could, couldn't you? You could turn this into a necklace, have that section at the back, and then loads and loads. Hello, Becky. Hello, how are you, lovely? It says, not surprised that they are flying out at that price. No, neither am I. Just to let you know, if you're watching on the telebox, hello, teleboxers. If you are watching on the TV, just to let you all know, you don't know the price yet, but the web bidders do. So that's what that message. Oh, we started off with 104. Okay, brilliant. 104 of these. Oh, I've got a message in again. This is, hello lovelies, fab show again. I got 2 silver snake bracelets, great quality, ideal Christmas gifts. Cost at least 3 times the price elsewhere. Hi, Smiley Sammy.
Hey.
Actually, we're down to the last 70 now, I've just been told. You really do need to kind of get this in your basket, get it out of your basket. If you are joining us on online at JewelleryMaker.com, don't forget, if you press the button that says you fancy it, you're just saying, oh, I quite like that. You just pop it in your basket. It's basically like imagine you're at the supermarket, you're doing the big shop. You know, the one you do like on a Wednesday, the big shop, the shop for the week. Oh, Director Ben having gammon tonight from the big shop. So you do your big shop, you've got your list, you go, you pack your trolley with absolutely everything, okay? You're doing it in order, thinking, okay, I need to put that at the bottom because it's more sturdy. I'm thinking cupboards here, I'm thinking the selection, I need to go in the fridge here. You're doing all of that, it takes you an hour, and then you go, oh, just gonna leave that now. And you just leave your trolley in the middle of the shop and walk out. You wouldn't do that, would you? That's exactly what you're doing if you're joining us on JewelleryMaker.com, putting it in your basket and not checking out. You're just leaving that there. So do make sure when you see something like this, you're checking out whilst you can. A stunning foxtail design at just £17.95. That was a shocked face from you, Sammy, my love.
It was, because I was thinking that was going to be a lot more. There's a lot of work involved in those. It's basically, I love the look of Viking knit, but I hate doing it. So it looks just like Viking knit, and I know how long it takes to do. Yeah. Which, I mean, it's a very long time. I really don't like doing it.
No, because it takes such an amount of time.
It does, yeah, and it's beautiful.
It's so seductive, isn't it? Got a stunning undulation upon it. Loads and loads and loads of you are checking this out now, and I do appreciate it. Just to remind you again, if I pop it like this, you'll be able to see that here is your clasp section, and then as I rotate that around, that is where the centre section comes in. So you could maybe, do apologise, you could maybe pop your charm on that section, you could maybe pop your pearl in there. What about if you got a super duper luxurious? These are exquisite. Imagine just one of these luxury size pearls in the centre of that bracelet. Okay, I've now got 40 of those left. If you're watching on the telly and you can see the quantity that says available now, that's just an ish, that's a guide, because it doesn't take into account until the very end the amount of people who have multi-purchased on it. So I've got 48 available, but it's actually less than that now, so I do apologise to you all. I hope you're having a fantastic day, everybody. I know it's a Sunday and therefore it's the end of the weekend, but don't worry, we are going out this weekend with a bang, with a pop. And we've got loads of creativity coming up for you today. I'm going to be bringing those pearls to you in a second. And I would say, if you're online at the moment, or if you've got your phone open or something, maybe just have a little tootle along to Sammy Fletcher's Facebook page.
Yeah, my guest designer page.
JM guest designer Sammy Fletcher, am I right?
Yep, that's right. That's right.
You've taken some pictures, haven't you, Sammy?
I have. I was quite shocked. So I was in town earlier in the week because I was getting my son's birthday present. And I had a look, sort of like we do quite often in jeweller's window.
I'm so nosy in a jeweller's window.
And it was the pearls, because I do a lot of pearl knotting, and I have a step by step on how to pearl knot and things like that. So 1150 for a 10 to 11 mil pearl necklace. 10 to 11 mil. What colour were the pearls? They were freshwater, white pearls, cultured pearls as well. So they weren't, you know, they're not Tahitian pearls. They're nothing like nothing like that. They were just freshwater cultured pearls. And the 6 mil was 1,050. I was really blown away, because I've never quite sort of experienced that massively high price. I've seen it online, but actually seeing it in a shop window in the arcade in Cheltenham. Yeah. So if we could do these for under £100, that'd be brilliant, wouldn't it? And of course, just kicked the desk then. No need for that whatsoever. Do apologise, desk. We are going to be doing this for under £100 for you today. 27, my lucky number, but not yours, because it means we're over allocated. That's how many I've got left at this moment in time. Just a glorious look, and I'd love it if you were to make something with this and maybe send it into the Wall of Fame so I can have a little nosy. That'd be really nice. 27 left. Well done to all of you, loads of you with it in your basket, so many multi-buyers. Started off with 104, only about 20 now left, I've been told. This is going to come to the bottom of your screen now. I'm going to bring that pearl for you, just so decadent. I absolutely adore that. Congratulations to you all. More sterling silver coming up for you, do not be worried.
they're luxurious in so many different manners. Pearls are a funny kettle of cod. What you get with a pearl is you get loads of different variations, loads of different looks, and to call something in the pearl world luxury, it really needs to be ticking a few boxes. One luxury box is size. Size matters when it comes to a pearl. It really, really does. What you get with a luxury size pearl is a pearl that is over your 9mm. The reason that is classified as luxury is because we all know how a pearl's created, right? So it's your mollusk, which is like a hinged shell, and essentially what that does is that will have an irritant within it. It might be something like a grain of sand, or sometimes it's something like a shell, and once it gets an irritant in it, it will release a necro, which is this really quite highly viscous, almost silk-like liquid that it will use to protect itself, and that's what makes up a pearl. It takes a really, really long time. It's a very slow process. And because of the time, because of the energy, because of the effort, and because of how unusual it is to get really nice, clean, workable pearls, a luxury size will demand higher prices. 9mm and above, you've got your luxury size. These are 10 to 11mm. And they are impeccable quality. So you've got your luster on the surface of these, which is nice and crisp and clean. You've got the luxurious sizing on these ones, and look at that amount of pearlescence. You know, we were talking about the necro. I was explaining the necro to you. And the necro itself, although it looks beautifully smooth, at microscopic levels, it's got very, very, very tiny, tiny, tiny little holes in the necro that builds up. And what you get with these is the way in which it affects the light and the way that diffracts and disperses. With the dispersion on this, you can see it's so luxurious. Even you, under these lights in here, can see a lot of that pearlescence, a lot of those pinks, because of that diffraction, because of the way in which that light splits and bends through this. You can see loads of those pinks and golds and greens, and that's for one main reason, which again is another very luxurious thing. It's because it's natural in its colour. Natural coloured pearls do not come around every single day, let alone in the white variety. And don't forget, the white variety, not all pearls are white naturally, not all white pearls are naturally that colour. They will have been bleached often, and often when they're bleached, you won't get that gorgeous play of colour. You won't get that amazing dispersion, those pinks and greens and teals and pearlescence. You will not get that. You have got it with this, and because of the natural colouring of these, you have got a very high grade natural colour. I'm about to show you a slide now, and this slide ranges price point wise in natural coloured pearls, general natural freshwater colour pearls. The lowest one that you see, that is the dark cream and yellow, that's one of the more common freshwater colours that comes out of a mollusk, and because it's quite common, it's generally classed as one of the lowest price varieties you can get. One, you're going a step up, which means you're getting slightly more luxurious. You've got the cream colour, a little bit more of a price tag on that. Step up again, you've got the light cream, and then above that, generally, price-wise, for a natural freshwater pearl, is your white. So it's your second rarest in general, second most luxurious, and generally second highest priced natural colour that you can get. Luxury of colour, luxury of lustre, luxury of size, but I saw Scott, I saw the arrows. You might have thought I was in full swing there. I'm joined by manager Scott today. He's my producer, pressing all of the buttons. Hey, manager Scott. There he is, look, rocking that jersey today. I've also got director Ben in there as well, who's looking... Oh, that was very official, very official. I saw those arrows, you didn't think I did. I have this strand, I knotted them. They are so beautiful, the price is totally awesome. I saw the arrows, I did not see that price coming though. £14.95. Remind us, please, about that strand that you saw in a window. How was that? Was it with diamonds? Was it with, you know, huge amounts of gold?
No, it was just a knotted pearl necklace. Just, that was it.
Yeah.
That was it. I can't get over that.
That's incredible, isn't it?
Yeah, that's amazing. Because I was thinking that it's got to be at least, that's one of our 34.95 strands, that's what I thought.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
And I'd be chuffed if it was, actually.
Yeah, that's a really good value. Because it is a really good value, because pearls are perceived to be expensive.
Totally.
And if you do price them too cheaply, then people don't think that they're real.
No.
So you do have to be aware of that when you're doing it.
Definitely. Absolutely over the moon and back for all of you, especially you multi-buyers. What a deal and a treat and a bargain you've got for something so luxurious. And it really is, it's for me, it's kind of a heritage strand. Do you know what I mean by that? It's kind of the type of strands that you could imagine being really, there's loads in baskets. It's the type that you could imagine, oh, that is glorious, isn't it? Kind of being a hand-me-down gift. This is the type of thing, this is, for me, it's like an heirloom strand because of the quality, because of the gloriousness. It's totally in vogue at the moment. It's so on trend, pearls at the moment, and more people just falling in love. In particular, I would say with the natural variety, because as soon as you bleach a pearl, you are getting rid of such a vast amount of that that kind of dispersion. Because it's like when you bleach your hair. I'm sure we've all done it. We've all been there, haven't we? We've had one of those days where we've gone, do you know what? Natural hair colour just isn't for me today, and we've gone to the hairdressers and we've bought our own peroxide and we've whacked it on our hair, and you try to go for that really beautiful kind of blonde, white, nice, light hair, and we do it and then our hair feels like straw. It's not the best, is it? It's not the best, but it's exactly the same. It's because we put bleach on something which is an organic, which is you know, a natural occurrence, and because you've put the bleach on it, it kind of splits. It goes very dry. Same thing happens to a pearl, and it means you don't get as much as that dispersion. OMG, natural too. Gotta get me some now. I presume that, and then a big kiss. Mwah. I presume that was meant to have been shouted. I do love a good capitals. I do love a good topical. Topical? That's not even a word, is it? What do you think of these, and what would you be doing? Would you just naturally pearl knot?
Yeah, just knot them with one of our beautiful box clasps on the back, because they're a decent size, so you want a good box clasp on the back. And we do them with the pearls in the box clasp as well, so that would be perfect. Yeah. I love those. I'm so in love with those clasps, I can't tell you. No. So, but that's all you need to do with them. They speak for themselves, because they've got such a glow, haven't they? Really have.
Would you put a precious metal clasp or whatever
definitely,
with these?
100%. Sterling silver or gold with that. Yeah. 100%.
I've got a sterling silver necklace chain here, actually, that might go really well with it. I'm so in love with this.
Oh, I love those.
Have you seen these ones before?
Yes.
I think they're fab.
They're amazing.
They're really good, aren't they? This is your necklace chain, but it's a little bit different to your normal. Sorry, I've tangled it. There we go. With something like this.
Just
the pearls are in at the bottom of your screen. Sorry, Sally.
Yeah, just one of those on there. It's just amazing, isn't it? It's a beautiful Christmas gift too.
A glorious Christmas gift. Do you know?
They keep saying Christmas. And
do not worry. I was watching something the other day that was Christmas.
Were you? I watch Elf usually about once a week. So.
Sorry, I tried to keep a look on my face, but it turned more into okay. That is a brilliant film, though. Yeah. I absolutely adore Elf. Elf. Fab. So let me show you what we've got here, if I may. Take a little look at this. You've got your sterling silver, so it's 92.5% genuine silver, 7.5% ore. You've got your royal sterling silver detail. Look at that. You've got the clasp, which at the end states 925. And then you've got the ball detail on this, and this is actually what means you can slide this. It means that you can change and alter the look and the length of this. So let me show you how you can do that look and how you can do that design. So you can move those details and it can recreate a different look for you and a different detail and design, if you can see that. Hang on, let me show you again. There you go. There we go. So you can get those really lovely details of movement, and that can then, in essence, alter the look and the design of these. I quite like the idea, actually, because that one there, that one's obviously changing the length of it. Let me show you. This one here is changing the length of it, and then the other one is kind of working as a lock almost in its detail. Let me pop that back in. There we go. So here we go. This is the element that we've got, and you can actually pull that through so that you can extend it or shorten it as you will. And this one can kind of act almost as a lock, almost as a stopper. That one could be a little bit of an extra safety feature, or you could actually pull that around to almost be the pendant. Couldn't you? I quite like that idea. Just a little cute ball. All in sterling silver. Your price point today on this one for sterling silver should be, apparently, should is a weird word on that one, because I'll be honest with you, for something which you can really change the look of, you could even kind of do almost a hand adornment style with this. You can make this kind of whatever length you like. Sterling silver is just going up and up and up in price at the moment, and because it's going up so dramatically in the trade, you'd expect us to reflect that. As you can see, we absolutely haven't, though. So really an exceptional opportunity for you to join us today on this one. Lots of you coming in for these ones, and I will say to you that do keep your eye on the price of precious metals and kind of what it does in the market. It's like a roller coaster. It changes daily. Can change a couple of times actually within a day. Some people are estimating that because of the price hikes we've seen on silver, we're up to around about a 16-month high at the moment. It does vary and alter obviously day to day, but around about a 16-month high at the moment. You've got something which usually you know, is a very luxurious thing, and that usually is being watched closely anyway, but at the moment even more so, and people suggesting that if things carry on in the way they are, that in the next few months or possibly even weeks, per ounce you could be looking at $130 at the trade for silver. Now that is a big amount of money, because obviously we do ours in grams. Ounces, you're looking at 28 grams. It really is just an exceptional deal and opportunity. Loads of you in for this one, which is lovely to see. Hello, one and all. Lovely to see you, Alice and Kath. Hello to Sheila. Hello to Jenny and Lainey. I think that's how you say your name. Lovely to see you. Lainey's a beautiful name. Hello to Nicolette and to Tina and to Louise and to Penelope, and loads of you who are coming in. Your names are about to go off my screen, and do apologise for that. What do you like about this design and this look, please, Sammy?
I love the sliders because they feel so really nice. They feel really lovely, the sliders on those. And I just like the simplicity of it. And a lot of the stuff that I make and a lot of the stuff that I sell is quite simple, but very beautiful. And that's what I like. I do some massively intricate stuff as well, but I kind of offset it with really kind of simple, beautiful pieces. Yeah. That speak for themselves, which is what that is. It really is, isn't it? Mm. It's one that does speak for itself. I'm wondering too, you could even do a bracelet with this if you wanted to, because of course you can make this pretty much as short as you want to. You could even make a bracelet with this and maybe take a few of the links off to maybe feed it around your finger and do like a hand adornment with it. Oh, that's a good idea, isn't it? Thanks, Sammy. £9.95 is your price. Corf 02 is your code on that. Now I've got, do you love a bit of luxury? Do you? If you do love luxury, I have got a strand which I can only say I feel really privileged to be able to bring you. And I know that sounds a bit naff to some, but it's not at all, because obviously I love and adore my gemstones. I hope that comes across. I absolutely adore them. I spend a lot of even my free time kind of researching them, finding out about them, keeping up to date with them, seeing what's going on in the news and what people are wearing. I love my gemstones.
I feel really privileged to bring you this strand I've got coming up for you in a little bit, and it's not long at all, because the quality is absolutely exceptional. And without giving too much away, because I really don't want to with this, but this for me is kind of one of those gems that I think a lot of you will have hoped for, will have aspired to own, and I think today could be the day that your dreams can kind of come true with this. Genuine, real deal, beautiful, Morganite. That gave you a real little smile then, Sammy.
It did. I was looking over there thinking, it looks so delicately beautiful.
Stunning, isn't it?
There's a really good colour to it as well,
Yeah.
so it's not washed out. It's gorgeous.
I don't want anyone to miss this. We're going to be doing it at time-wise about 10 to 2. Please don't miss it. Should I say that? I don't think I should. I don't think I should. Producer Scott's saying something to me, and I don't think I should say that. I tell you what I will say. Today is probably your best chance ever to get this type of quality. Okay? I don't want to give too much away because I'll get told off. Hello everybody, my name is Becky and I'm heading on over to get my kit on. This is the time in the show where we bring you a kit. Now, a kit is essentially something which we will put together. It will contain lots and lots of different things, whether it be strands, whether it be findings, and we will send them to our glorious guest designers, and they get to create whatever they like. And then we bring you the kit so that you can own it, and we do live demonstrations with Sammy so that you can watch it back at your leisure and you can make along at home, essentially. And today we've got the Wisteria kit, which you can see most certainly how much that inspiration you actually got from the title of this kit. Is it quite nice to have a guideline sometimes?
Yeah, it is sometimes. I like a brief because it's like a challenge, isn't it? Because you have to work to that, so it's kind of nice.
Yeah.
And everybody loves amethyst, so it was a winner, really.
And what did you think of the amethyst in this, please?
Beautiful.
Stunning, isn't it?
It's amazing. So I really wanted to make the most of it, I think. I was very lucky to have the amethyst and these beautiful things that I'm throwing everywhere now. And they're gorgeous. The multicolour beryl is just stunning, but that amethyst has such a colour to it.
Wow. I mean, it's incredible. I love amethyst anyway. It's my birthstone, so it's a really connective gemstone for me. But because I love it so much, I am a bit of an amethyst snob. I'm possibly more kind of judgmental on amethyst than I am a lot of gemstones, but this in particular is ticking the boxes for me. That richness, that depth, that Zambian-like hue is just unignorable, isn't it?
It's amazing. It's such good quality, so I really wanted to kind of showcase it. Because it is just so lovely.
It really is, isn't
well,
it?
both the strands are amazing, aren't they?
Yeah, they really are. Adding a bit of sparkle with this one now. That again is an amethyst. But you can see there is a slightly different tonality about this. You've got more of the richness in the rounds, those are 6mm, and then you've got slightly more of a delicate kind of purple coming through with the faceted. That is a graduated strand as well, so really nice and workable. They work just perfectly together, don't they?
They do, and it's, I mean, I don't know if you're into crystal healing, but a lot of people are, and it's a very relaxing stone. It's very good for anxiety, if you believe in that kind of thing. So it's also really nice to work with for that reason. Yeah.
I am putting this with the multi-coloured beryl as well. Now, beryl is a family name, and the way I always think of it is it's a bit like the family next door or the family down the road who get like really posh food trucks delivering them food once a week. Do you know what I mean? And they always have, you know, water features in their garden and things like that. Do you know what I mean? It's those people. That's kind of, it's like the Joneses, you know, it's that kind of family. Because I think that's what Beryl's like. Beryl is this family name of gemstones that has some of the most incredible high-end gemstones in that family. And you've got some of the shades in here. The likes of your emerald are in that family, the likes of your aquamarine are in that family, the likes of your goshenite, and of course your stunning morganites in that family. And you've got so many different idyllic hues and tones within this one. On this strand you're looking at 30 carats worth, and you're getting 4mm rounds on those one. They just work beautifully together, and they are most certainly one of the focal pieces for you in this piece. Yet, the wire also does a big part in this look, doesn't it? It really does. You are getting wire in here. Now, this is what we've essentially used to create this wonderful textured base and finish, really elegantly wonderful. And what you get with it is 2 different gauges here today, and that means you can get different strengths and different looks. You've got 0.8 here, and that's in your 10mm, and you've also got the 0.4, that's millimetre, so it's to do with the size. 2 really great sizes to work together, actually.
Yeah, they're really good. I mean, the 0.8 is very, very useful. It's quite structural, and as you would have noticed, I got a 0.8 through the big amethysts. So that was really, really good. It's nice to know that when you're thinking of purchasing a kit, it's nice to know if you've got a strand with a decently big drill hole. Definitely. So if you can get a 0.8 wire through it, we all like to know about it.
Definitely.
So yeah, I mean, it is a really, really good base wire. And it's also really good for rings and things like that too.
Yeah, perfect for that. So your 0.8 and your 0.4. Also got the Essential Threading Pack. Ooh, Essential Threading Pack. What on earth is that? Well, it's this. And you get in it the likes of elastic, that's your base one. It's clear, it's stretchy, does what it says on the tin. You get your monofilament, which I always think like a fishing line. Super duper fine, super duper sturdy though. And then you've got your beading thread, sometimes referred to as things like tiger's tail as well, which is loads and loads and loads of tiny, tiny, tiny elements of metal that have got a really nice coating over it to make it lovely and smooth. And you can thread onto this, you can do little tendrils with this, you can do, you know when you get your ribbon your presents and you're wrapping them at Christmas, and you get your scissors and you get it on the ribbon and you go and it goes, yeah, you can do things like that with beading thread if you wanted to. And you've also got in here a lot of your findings. Findings aren't what I thought they first were. I thought findings were things that you found on the ground and put them into your jewellery. It's not though. They're the essentials of mechanisms basically, aren't they?
They are. They're things like your clasps and your head pins and your crimp covers and your crimps. They're the essential things you need in order to make any kind of jewellery.
Yeah. So you've got things like your head pins, you've got things like your chain in here as well, and you've also got things like your clasps and your crimp ends, etc. So a big, 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 big amount of findings in there for you. Let's get ready to rumble. Why did I say that? Should be £47.15, but we are going to be taking this down for you today. 58 was my starting quantity. I've got 44 now. People already trusting us, people already knowing that actually that's a great deal, yet we drop the prices. We do this on kits because we can. Your price point today.
You can tell Scott's in.
Yes, you can. Scott, Manager Scott, is the kind of guy who will make one rule for everyone and then sometimes slightly go against it himself. That is not the type of price I would expect at all. That is incredible, Scott. £24.95. That means, you know, I think genuinely, bottom of my heart, for the amethysts alone, That is a sensational, sensational deal. I cannot get over that price point. These are genuine gemstones, don't forget. These are the real deal treasures from Mother Nature. And these are being brought to you with inspiration, with it all being put together for you, and with a 30-day money-back guarantee. If you get it home and go, actually, maybe I don't fancy that. No questions, no quibbles, no dot-to-dots or IQ tests. Send it back. We'll get that money back into your account for you. That is incredible.
That's a really, really, really good deal. Sorry, you lost me with the IQ test. I went off on a tangent. I was like, where have you been shopping that they test you if you've got to take it back? Sorry, you're too stupid.
Do you know what though? Sometimes I feel like that with my online banking sometimes.
Oh, yeah, well sometimes, yeah.
That feels like an IQ test.
Yeah. You do have to jump through hoops in some places. Yeah, I'll let you have that one.
Thank you, Sammy. £24.95, and we're going to get inspiration now. I've got 10 in baskets, I've just been told, and I'm in my last chance saloon on this, so only 30 of them left, I'm afraid. People asking about my morganite. It's coming for you very soon. But first off, demonstration central we're going to now. What are we learning to create, please, Sammy?
Well, it's the same technique for both pieces. I'm going to do it on a smaller scale, so I do it on the cuff size, but purely so we don't have massive wires everywhere. If you are going to do it for the necklace, then my method is basically I measure it around my neck.
Yeah.
And kind of decide where you want it to stop because of the dangle bit, and then cut 3 lengths that length.
I see.
Okay, but I'm doing it on a smaller scale, so it's actually visible without stuff everywhere.
Always good.
So that is always good. We like it to be visible. It's kind of important when you're teaching, I think.
Yeah,
so yeah, we're gonna cut 3 pieces of your 0.8 wire. And again, if you're wondering how long, then you've got to work on the wrist you're going to be making it for, because you want it to be long enough that it's going to cross over at the top.
Yeah.
That's going to depend because it is an adjustable design, so there is a fair bit of leeway. But some people have got tiny, like Ali Defoy wrists.
Yes,
and some people have got big wrists. So obviously you've got to work with whoever you're going to be making it for.
Okay.
Really. So I'm just going to cut 3 pieces very quickly, and then we are going to get started. So I never straighten it, as you probably know, because I like to work with the curve of the wire, because it comes and it automatically has that lovely curve. So I'm going to pick up the one which is it's going to be the middle one, but it doesn't really matter because they're all the same length, aren't they? At the moment. They won't be later, and this is the wire I have left, you see. So I thought rather than open the new wire, I've still got quite a lot of wire left. So I'm putting on
which
quite
is
a bit of
fab,
wire.
seeing as these are so wire heavy.
They
pieces.
are, and I had lots of gemstones left. The only thing I used all of was the bigger rounds, and I had lots of the other ones left. So about 3 to 4 inches in, I'm going to start wrapping around this wire. So I'm just going to take my wrapping wire, which is your 0.4. You've only got 2 gauges, so it's not you're not likely to pick up the wrong one. So you won't be trying to wrap with a 0.8. We're going to go 3 times around, like so. Then I'm going to pick up the second wire. I'm just going to slide it in next to it. I'm going to hold them both together, and I'm going to take the wire around those 2 twice, pushing it up quite firmly, and it comes back underneath. So you see I've got just 2 wraps there. I'm going to pick up the next wire, and I'm just going to slide that in there. So we have basically anchored the wire 3 times around, taken it around twice on the 2 wires, brought it underneath, going to bring it around the bottom 2 wires twice. Now, so it's going to come down there, and just push it up. I'll show you up to camera in a moment so you can see what I'm talking about. So taking it steady as well. So if I show you what I've done, I've literally just wrapped, I don't know if you can even see that, or you can if you come in. So we've gone 3 times around, and then you've gone twice around each of the 2 wires, and now we're just going to go back to wrapping that middle wire again.
Okay.
And it's up to you how many times you want to do it, 10, 20 times, and then you just repeat that little pattern of wrapping the 2 other wires in. So it's just a decorative way of keeping all 3 wires together, because you're working with a 0.8, which while it is structural is softer than a 1 mil. So you're using 3 to give it a really good structure and integrity, which is what you would definitely need to do when it comes to making the necklace.
Okay.
You wouldn't get away with just 2. Well, you might get away with 2, but you wouldn't get away with just 1 because it'd be a bit too wobbly. So just keep wrapping that middle one around and then repeating the pattern. Oh, this is one that I have done earlier, so you can see what it'll look like so.
Fab.
So I don't even count. I kind of do it by eye. I don't even count because I lose count, and then I get cross with myself, and then I end up trying to count them, and then I lose count by the second time. I thought, I'm just going to do it by eye.
Okay.
Life is too short to sit there and count every single one of them. Honestly, because my memory is so shocking. So when you've got a decent length, you might need to do a bit longer than that. You probably need to go about here. So what you want to do is you keep checking it around your wrist. So you want the weave to come up to roughly about here on your wrist.
Okay, yes, so
just on the top edge of your wrist on both sides.
Okay.
So when you've got it to that, or whoever's wrist you're making it for, if it's your daughter or your mum, then you're just going to start sliding the beads on. And the reason for sliding the beads on before doing the side weave is the fact that it keeps those the wires far apart. Now on the necklace I used about 5 or I think it might be 7.
7, yeah.
On the bracelet I used 3, so we'll go with 3. So you can see this is the 0.8, and I'm just going to slide the beads on there like so. So I'm going to slide 3 on each one. Just trying to hold them in place. You watch them all start rolling off when I get to the next one down. So I'm just going to find that. This is interesting, isn't it? Watch me sliding beads on.
It's quite therapeutic, I'll be honest with you, Sammy.
Is it?
Yeah.
You see, it's much better on. You can squeeze that around your wrist to make it bigger or smaller.
It's so pretty.
I usually make them quite big because I think it is less embarrassing for a customer to come to my stall and need something made smaller than something made bigger. Yeah. It's just an emotional thing, isn't it? Nobody likes to be told that they're too fat for jewellery.
How much would you be selling something like this for, please?
That one would be £40 at least, around really 40 good. I think.
It's really good.
So I want them to sit on a wave, so you can see that we have them not directly, so you've got an angle. That's what I'm going for. Staggered. So I also want to decide whereabouts I want them. So these are going to be staggered as well. So I can see that this one's a bit too long, so I'm going to cut it down so it have like a staggered look.
I see.
I'm going to slide them back slightly out of the way and just make a little loop at the end. Now you can use your round nose pliers or your baling pliers. And what you want to make sure is the loop is going to lie flat against the wrist, so when you do it, try not to make sure it goes the wrong way. If you do it the wrong way, you can always just bend it round. It is wire. It's fine, just give it a flick. It's all right. So, and this will stop those beads sliding off while you're working, because that makes us say naughty things. We don't like that, do we? So there we go. So you have them there, and they should just kind of sit naturally in a staggered pattern. And it's at this point that we start weaving the decorative bit just here. So I'm just going to cut some more 0.4 off.
Okay. Really quickly, just need to let you know, I've sold out, I'm over allocated essentially on the kit. I've got 20 of this foxtail bracelet left that was in genuine sterling silver. You can see you've got the clasp in the centre, you've got the 2 elements which would rest on the top of your wrist here, so you could maybe put a connector in the middle or a big pearl or a selection of gemstones if you wanted to. This is up on your screen, and it was just $17.95, an incredible deal on that one for you.
It's just lovely. I love the texture.
It's stunning, isn't it?
It's just brilliant. It's just like the ultimately neat Viking weave. That's what it looks like to me.
Yeah, you're right.
And it's just amazing. I love the fact you could kind of add loads of them and just make something really big.
You really could. You could easily do a necklace with it and have loads.
It's lovely. So I'm just attaching this 0.4 to the middle one, where we already had a little bit of a weave from before. Don't worry about them sliding up and down, because they'll be exactly where you want them by the end of it. So slightly spread apart. If you're like me and you weave tightly, it's going to want to pull them in, so that's the reason for having the beads there, because it's going to stop it. It's only so far it can go as long as you're keeping it flat. So I'm going to take the wire, because it started with it underneath that, we're going to go all the way around one side, and you will occasionally catch a bead and flip it up. Don't worry, it will fall back. It's going all the way around, and then we're going to go over the middle one, and then we're going to go all the way around the top. And you're just going to go under and over in a simple basket weave for just a few goes before we start changing the weave, because you can see I've done like a staggered weave on my actual final piece. I'll turn this over in a minute so you'll see what I mean. So when you've got about 1/2 centimetre, we are going to start changing the way we weave. Now this is up to you. You might not want to do that. You might want to do basket weave all the way. I just like to add a little bit of decoration. So at this point, if I hold it like this, you might get a better idea. You can see I've done about 1/2 centimetre of just a plain basket weave. Now this is the longer wire. You can see, so you're going to need more wire on this one. If you see what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
So rather than just going all the way around once, we're going to start going all the way around twice, and then just a normal basket for the rest of it. So then we go under and over, all the way around once on the top wire, like so, and then we bring it back through like this, and then we're going to go all the way around 3 times.
Ooh.
And I might stick it 3 times for a little bit, and then as I go along I will then
Judge it
and then go a little bit further.
Get you.
And you're just creating this lovely little optical effect. You see the beads moving about, it doesn't bother me in the slightest. And then as we get on, and when you get to the point, I'll show you on here now actually, this is a good reason for doing it on the smaller scale. If when we get to the point where you're doing 4 or 5 round at the bottom,
yeah,
and the wire's coming across, and you end up with it a really big angle, and you might not be quite so happy with that, so then you can just take it twice around the top, like so.
Okay.
So then you're staggering it a bit, but you're still keeping that lovely shape, if that makes sense to you.
I see what you mean.
It's a lovely way of drawing the eye across, and it's all about those beautiful amethysts and drawing the eye along to those. It's
just
like
fly.
You've been bombed, bless you.
I'm really glad you caught that on camera. Really glad.
I hope you got a still of the face. That was good.
Yeah, me too.
Oh, it's okay. It could have been worse. Could have gone up your nose or something. That wouldn't have been very nice.
Or it could have been worse. My director could have taken a screenshot of me whilst I was eating on the break and then shown it live on air.
Oh, that's good work. I like that work.
Sammy!
Brilliant.
Don't not provoke my director. He will do that again.
And yeah, he'll do, I shouldn't, because he'll do it to me or something now. Okay. So I didn't bring a banana today, so we're fine. So you just keep going like that until you get to the end with the staggered bit.
Yeah.
And literally, if your top weave, your top weave will finish here. So then, if your weave, if you're doing an angle and your decorative bit isn't quite obviously all the way down there, just wrap all the way around till you get to here. So what it does is it keeps those beads completely where they should be.
I see what you mean.
It really is that simple, and it's the same technique for the necklace.
Okay.
For this bit. Again, I just did a little tiny wrap loop with one of the round amethysts, and then attached 2 of the faceted ones and a little. I think I did 2 blue ones on the end, and then 2 aquamarine colour ones on the end and 2 morganite ones further up.
I see.
Do you see on the bottom of the head pins, just to finish the dangle off? I just think it's a beautifully...
I think it's so beautiful. I love waterfall. The movement of it. I love kind of how that catches the light, how that sparkles. Yeah. I do. I think it's one of those that you'll feel super glamorous when you wear it, and it's just glorious. I do appreciate you showing us that. Thank you so much, Sammy.
If you do get stuck on any of it with the weaving or whatever, do contact me on my guest designer Facebook page, and I will get back to you, and I can even maybe help you with a bit of a step-by-step if it comes down to it, because I know I've got a step-by-step basket weave one on there anyway, but I know that sometimes it's not always easy to pick it up on the camera. So, and if you're like me, I like to have like a still I can look at, and then the next still I can look at, because it's just the way my head works.
The way you learn,
yeah.
And the guest designer page is JM Guest Designer Sammy Fletcher.
There you go.
It's because I follow you so much.
Oh.
Okay, ladies and gents, we've got more demonstrations coming up with Sammy, and I'm going to get that challenge kit handed to you ASAP. I'm bringing to you now this incredible opportunity to get your hands on something incredible. This could be your chance to get your extremely high quality morganite in our Star Buy. The blush on this is impeccable. Caused by Mother Nature, created by the presence of manganese, and giving you an astonishing glow and delicate feminine hue. What I adore about the look and the quality of this is that it's got this kind of relaxed, relaxed chic, if you will. It makes me think Monte Carlo, it makes me think Saint-Tropez, it makes me think the Seychelles. It's these kind of beautiful, high glamour locations that have that subtlety of just pure luxury and chicness. This is that type of strand. This is that Saint-Tropez, that high-end, luxurious kind of strand. And for me, it's a really interesting gemstone. I love kind of how unique and individual it is and how the makeup of it is put together. But for me personally, it's one of those gems that I see as a very aspirational gemstone. This isn't the type of gem that you're likely to walk into any old high street and be able to pick up. You know, even in really well-known big companies, it's not that type of gem. It is a much-loved gem. And I want to give you a very special opportunity today to get what is a truly aspirational gem, which is a luxurious gem, which is often a considered gem when it comes to the price, because it is extremely rare. It is very much sought after. The supply is not there, but the demand is, which obviously, you know, gives it a higher price point. It is a luxury aspirational strand, but I want to give you the opportunity to be able to own it today, because for me, this is one of those gifts that I might treat myself to. I might buy myself a strand, but it's the type of piece that I know I would create something for someone that I adored, and it would be an I love you gift, because that's what this is. This is the gemstone of divine love. This is the gemstone that you know, does have all of these mystical history kind of laws and legends about it being a gemstone of true love and of forever. There is a huge queue on the phone, which is why my managers brought in our graphics now, because we have got a good opportunity, but it is going very quickly. About 15% of you are already getting your hands on this. This is a gift that you might treat yourself to. You might make yourself a little pair of earrings with, but it's the type of gift that you will also save and create something stunning for someone else to say a true I love you with the love gemstone. I mean, incredible doesn't even come close. The fact that this is so beautifully pale, so beautifully blush, so whoa! Okay, call screen. The multi-buyers left, right and centre. A third of my stock is gone, which sounds like, well, that's not much. Well, it is when I have almost 350 of these. Over 100 of them have already gone. And oh, what? and no one knows the price? Yeah, it's my manager who's producing me today, Scott, he mentioned a price to me earlier on, and I didn't want to say it, I didn't want to repeat it, because, well, I'm not entirely sure you would have believed me, if I'm completely honest. This is one of the most sought after gems on the planet. It is so sought after at the moment, we're finding it impossible to get. We have not been able to get our hands on morganite in any of our buying trips so far in the last few months. Considerably more difficult to get our hands on than the likes of tanzanite. Considerably more difficult to get our hands on than the likes of diamond right now. And it's a shame, because you adore it. You adore the beauty, that high class glamour that morganite gives to you so beautifully. And you love it even more when it's given to you in a natural manner. And this is natural. This is a genuine, natural in colour morganite. This is a Mother Nature creation, and the colour has not been enhanced. So, what we have is something which is a true Saint-Tropez, a true Seychelles, effortless chic glamour strand in luxury form. We've got it naturally occurring, that colour hasn't been enhanced at all. And please remember for me that the natural variety of a morganite will generally be cost at around about 50% higher because it's natural. If you have got your peepers peeled, you will have noticed an accident. Surely an accident. It's ridiculously great of an opportunity. What a wonderful deal this is for you. I am so impressed that you have managed to get this. I've got over 150 of these gone. The quantity you saw on your screen then was our starting quantity. It's now catching up. This is an astonishing opportunity. I am absolutely chuffed. I'm over the moon for you and your loved ones that you gift this to. This is a divine love gemstone. There are so many of you through for this. I've got people buying 2s, buying 3s, buying 4s and buying 6. Do not be the one to miss out. Please, I encourage you to get on that phone line as quickly as you can. You have got to get your hands on this when you have the opportunity. This is not coming along anymore. This is truly not. We haven't been able to get any at all in our orders in the last few months, and it's so difficult. It's not coming out of the ground in such great quantities. It's not coming out of the ground in such great qualities as this that we're seeing. That beautiful natural manganese creating that colour, and it's not wishy-washy, it's not faded out. The saturation of this is incredibly intense. I have got so many of you on those phone lines. The phone lines have lit up. Yes, you're in a queue, and I understand that. No one likes being in a queue. Oh, actually, that's a lie. I do, actually. When you're in a supermarket and you get to nosy at what everyone's buying. I love that bit. But otherwise, no one likes to be in a queue. Don't worry, though. It's a free phone number, 0800 644 655. And if you press option 1, you'll get through to our call centre. They are not robots. They are real people, and they'll be able to give you loads of information. They'll be able to help you out. If you're brand spanking new, you get a free DVD and a free booklet with your first order. And what a great first order to say that your first order is morganite. Oh my giddy Aunt Sally, that would be phenomenal, wouldn't it? That's the information that you get with your first order. What a great deal, what a great opportunity. It's a free phone number, even off your landline. The hold music, not as annoying as some either. So do get yourself in there and do make sure that you're staying on that phone line, because if you hang up now, you'll be put to that back of the queue, and I don't want that to happen to you. Sammy, your smile is saying it all to me, I'll be honest.
I can't believe that.
Neither could I.
Just you say all of this stuff about how high end it is.
Yeah.
And then he puts it under £10.
Yeah.
He's like having a laugh.
I know. It's such an incredible opportunity.
It is. I mean, gosh, can you imagine a year ago us bringing you Morganite for $9.95?
A year ago, I couldn't have imagined bringing you a Morganite for less than 90 for really nice quality.
Yeah.
Nuggets, maybe under 20.
Yeah.
But not $9.95 for shaped, natural Morganite.
I know, it's mad. Alison, grab me one of them, will you?
Go on, Alison, please. There's lots of you coming in for this. I mean, my call screens have just gone absolutely loop-de-loop. They really, really, really have. In fact, it's kind of malfunctioned slightly, I'll be honest with you. When you're looking at these names, these are the names that are coming through, and it's ring, 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 and it's malfunctioned a bit. So that was kind of cut off, and then it's moved over to there, but it just keeps on going and going and going and going. There's so many of you coming in and getting your hands on this. There's too many of you with it in baskets, though, I'm afraid. I don't want anyone to miss out, and it's gonna go great with our one to own, which is at 3 o'clock. That's coming up for you. It's this lovely rose gold chain that's coming up for you. That'll go really beautifully with that. It's not going to be misjudged or misplaced against these huge luxury size pearls I did for you earlier either, in particular as they're natural as well. Side by side, partners, just wonderful. Yeah, and imagine. Pearls are on at the bottom of your screen now. What do you think about that as a combination, Sammy?
It's dreamy. Isn't it?
Dreamy. I love that word. It makes me think of when I used to like have posters of Boyzone on my wall and stuff.
Did you have boys? I had Philip Schofield, but I'm older than you.
I've met Philip Schofield.
You have not.
I'll be honest with you, I've had dinner with Philip.
Not?
Yeah, I have. And his wife. Not like a weird dinner. No, and his wife. Yeah.
Wow, that's
genuinely.
very cool.
I know, he's a lovely man. Next time I see him, I'll put in a good word.
What, my mate fancies you?
Yeah, my friend fancies you. Yeah, I will. Yeah. I can understand the whole Philip Schofield thing.
Yeah. He's only got better as he's got older as well.
Yeah. That man has aged well, hasn't he?
He has.
Was it Gordon as well?
No, I didn't have any feelings for Gordon.
Oh, okay.
No, it's fine.
Okay. Because I'm pretty sure they come as a package. But
yeah, that would be a bit, no, that's a bit weird.
Oh, is
you
it?
just trashed my childhood dream.
I am so sorry
so
for
bad.
that. Well done to all of you. A really dreamy combination here, ladies and gentlemen. 99 opportunities for you left now. How many did you say in baskets, my love? 40. And people are still on those phone lines. It's well worth the wait. It really is. About 10 of you on the phone lines now in the queue waiting, but we are getting through you ASAP. A really corker of a strand here. I cannot get over that. I never in my wildest dreams would I imagine Morganite under £10 that is shaped and that has areas of clarity to it, which is so intensely saturated as this.
Yeah, amazing colour on it. It's not washed out at all. It's just a beautiful colour.
It really is, isn't it?
I love that colour because it's a different pink to rose quartz.
Yeah.
It's a different one and it's just gorgeous,
isn't it? But bang on trend for the Pantone colours that are in it this year.
Yeah, but I don't really bother about that too much. Mm-hmm. I just like what I like and I really like it.
Yeah.
So it's nice when what I like is on trend, I have to say.
Yeah, absolutely.
I do check out what's on trend, but it's always nice when my ideas align, I have to say.
Goes great with your unicorns.
It does. I love unicorns. You can tell.
Doesn't it? Well done to you all. I'm just over the moon for you. I really am. So many of you with it in baskets. That's just going up and up and up. Now, I am moseying on over to the time that I like to eat in. We call it the break. And in the break, I'm going to be having falafel. But in the break, you're going to be learning lots and lots of very helpful hints about different gemstones and how to get involved with us. But stay with us because I've got so much coming up for you. I've got the challenge kit and I've got so much sterling silver. I've even got some gemstones that I can't think the last time I brought them to you. So loads of treats, loads of goodies to keep your Sunday being a fun day. See you in just a few minutes on the other side of this break.
Parma clay I love because it will cross all ages and all mediums. You can tone it with lots of different colours to make all the shades that you desire. You can mix it with resins, you can mix it with all sorts of mediums, but not just jewellery. You can also do things like add it to your scrapbooking, your card making, and children will love it. It's a non-toxic medium, so perfect for all the family. It would just be endless the amount of things you can make with it. I love it.
There are 4 easy ways to stay in touch with Jewellery Maker. You can like our Facebook page and join a community of over 54,000 people. You can follow us on Twitter and tweet us your messages and opinions, send photos of your designs and enter our Wall of Fame competition. Or if you need any help or advice, you can email our friendly help team. Make sure to get involved and stay up to date with Jewellery Maker.
Pearls are classic. I mean, who doesn't love pearls? You look at them, they look elegant, they look classy, and they make elegant, classy jewellery when you're creating with them. I think right from the whitest of white pearl to the peach pearl, they're always stunning, and anybody can wear them. They're one of my favourites. You see them, don't you, in expensive jewellers, covered in diamonds. Diamond and pearls are the classic duo, and that's why I love pearls.
Pearls are always a huge seller on Jewellery Maker, and I think it's because there's a huge amount of emotional attachment to them. I think whatever walk of life you come from, whatever your age, you always associate pearls with maybe someone who's worn pearls before you, maybe your grandma, maybe your mum. So there's always that emotional attachment to pearls, and they can be classic, they can be contemporary, they can really be whatever you want them to be, and definitely one of my favourite gemstones.
Everybody, welcome one, welcome all to Jewellery Maker. So lovely to be with you today. It's Sunday, fun day, challenge weekend. Oh, Sunday fun day, happy days. How did I not do that? That's brilliant. It's lovely to be with you today. My name is Rebecca Redican. You're fine to call me Becky because we're all friends in here. I'm joined today by my guest designer who has been working up a storm and is currently cracking on with her challenge weekend kit. It's the wonderful Sammy Fletcher.
Hey, that was more of a that's how for now. Do you remember that?
No.
Do you not remember how?
Oh, yes, I do
That's
know.
how for now.
Yes.
And they did like sciencey bits and bobs.
Yeah, it was good.
Anyway, not on the subject.
How is your challenge kit? We've handed it to Sammy.
Yeah.
And she's got an hour to work with it. And then we get a nice long demonstration. How is it?
It's a lovely kit,
Yeah.
isn't it? I love all the colours. I just love when I've got ruby and peridot. I love them. So it's all good. Yeah, so I'm just busy sort of trying to put stuff together that we can go through and for
Brilliant.
For the demo.
Busily / frantically because you've got less than an hour.
Frantically, no pressure whatsoever.
No, you'll be
not
fine.
at all nervous.
I've got loads coming up for you today, and I'm going to do a cheeky clasp first. I think this is so adorable. You need to be really quick for this one. Hey up, chucking nuggets. What we're looking for, tweezers. Ah! Drops them. People call me clumsy. I don't know what their problem is. Take a little look at this clasp. It's absolutely adorable. Yes, that's a clasp. It's a heart clasp.
Oh, right, I love that.
I think it's absolutely adorable, isn't it? Imagine this on one of those, you know, like the heirloom pearls that I had for you earlier on, or on those very, very chic high-end morganite I had on just before the break. Imagine something like this with something like that. Wouldn't that look glorious?
It's brilliant, and it's perfect to go with that morganite, because
Yeah.
you're saying I love you with an I love you strand.
Yeah.
And a little heart on there.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, they've got, look, this is my I love you strand, and that is my I love you clasp, isn't it?
Yeah.
So what you have here is your clasp. Let me just show you around it if I may, because in the front of it, it looks so solid, and it is. There's a lot of precious metal in here. This is where you will obviously nudge that down, and that's where it opens up. And if I just turn it around, you'll see, look at that hidden little access loop. So that's a hidden little loop and detail that actually comes into the base of the heart for you, which is where you could maybe attach your chain or whatever it might be.
Or a jump ring, slip a jump ring.
Or
through
a
there.
jump ring.
Yeah.
Or even just straight onto your beading thread if you're that way inclined.
Yeah, or knotting your pearl, you know, put your silk thread through it. Yeah.
Say I love you for £4.95. Well, I'm on board. That's an incredible deal, don't you think?
That's
it's sterling
really
silver,
good.
bear in mind.
That's a really good deal. I've never seen one like it before.
No, me neither.
Ever.
And do you find the more bespoke and unusual something is, the higher the price normally is?
Yes, and also the more desirability. If somebody else has not seen it before, they go, oh, that's lovely, and they want that.
Yeah.
So you can have it, it's like, if you got the beautiful neck bracelet chain, you could maybe put that as a detail on the chain.
That's a cute idea.
That would be really, really lovely.
That'd really pop, wouldn't it? Well done to you all. Loads of you coming in for these. Hello, everybody. Nice to be with you today. Feel free to text us in, you know. 60777. Start your text with the word JM Studio. Who did you think was dreamy when you were younger? Who was your dream boy? I was saying mine was Boyzone. I used to actually walk around with a picture of Ronan Keating in a locket.
Oh.
Which is kind of adorable, but I was probably slightly too old for that. Who was your dream boat? Or you can, of course, ask Sammy some questions if you will. Anything, she's such a great teacher. You can ask her any questions, such as, if you had to be a mythical creature, which mythical creature would you be and why?
Well, let me think. I might be a unicorn, but I might be a dragon. I guess it depends on what kind of mood I'm in.
Oh,
I
wow.
think pre-coffee, I'm a dragon, and then I'm a unicorn after that.
I like that as an analogy. So do feel free to ask any questions such as that, or, you know, jewellery making related if you're that way inclined. 60777, start that text with the word JM Studio. We would love to hear from you. Well done all. Moving it on to another clasp, which is a lock. Yeah. Yes, it's a lock with a key. Well, that is... Wow. That is absolutely cutesy, as you like. Clasp that you've got here with the key and the lock. The key to your heart. Ronan had that. Look at that. Ronan Keating off of Boyzone. Now, what does this make you think of when you see this, Sammy? The lock and the key?
I don't know, 21st. That's what I think.
Yeah. Key to the door, isn't it, at 21st?
Yes, it is. So my daughter's 18 in next week, so I'm all kind of thinking about that kind of thing. But padlocks, everybody loves to give those as gifts, don't they? They're really beautiful.
Yeah.
They really are. There's a lot of symbolism with them.
Yes, there is, isn't
It's
there?
like keeping people safe, things like that, for travelling, as long with... So my daughter went travelling to Thailand, and my mother-in-law got her a St. Christopher and a padlock to keep her safe. So it was just really cute.
Yeah, really cutesy. And what about sterling silver? What does that mean to you, Sammy?
Oh, sterling silver is a majority of stuff in my stall is sterling silver, because it's forever piece.
Yeah.
It denotes quality, and it also it gives you more of a professional feel.
Yeah.
People come and they see you working with precious metals, then they take you a bit more seriously. And I think that's very, very important.
Yeah, really is. Your chance to get your hands on this in sterling silver at just £4.95. That is an incredible opportunity. To add this as a beautiful charm detail, I think is a wonderful, wonderful opportunity. And speaking of wonderful, thank you very much, floor manager B Diddy, for making me that brew. You're an absolute love. I won't forget this. It's in my favourite mug as well. Did you do that on purpose, B Diddy? Yeah. This is my favourite mug because it makes my face feel really small. I really like it. Oh, I had to say that then because in the break, I asked B Diddy what a day off was like. She said, I was in yesterday, I was talking to you. Completely forgotten. It was awkward with anything, wasn't it, Sammy?
It really was.
It really was. It really was. Anyway, £4.95 on that one. Good work to every single one of you. More sterling silver coming up for you later on, more precious metals. I've got one to own coming up as well in a little bit. Not one chain, but 2 chains in the rose gold. 3 p.m. that's coming up for you. Gosh, that feels luxurious against my fingers. That's so pretty. I'm going to give you something now that would go great with the sterling silver and would most certainly whet your appetite. Because it's an apatite. Gemstone chain. Boy, if you're not awake yet, you are going to be after looking at this. This is attractively eye-catching, isn't it? That is really, really deliberately eye-catching. It's bright, it's breezy. I always think the colour looks totally out of this world, which is incredible actually, because it has been found in space. You have got your gemstone chain here. So the elements in between are genuine, real deal, natural neon apatite. I know it's incredible that Mother Nature makes colours and gems like this, isn't it? But she does. And this is a natural variety. And those are interspersed with what we refer to as a rosary link. And it essentially means you've got sterling silver wire that makes this up. And every single one has a double wrap loop upon it, on either end. So that kind of holds it in place, keeps it exactly where it needs to be. I know that gemstone chains are always very much loved here at Jewellery Maker by our guest designers. I'm guessing it's because it's a bit of a time saver, to say the least. Am I right, Sammy?
It really is, and because you do ridiculous prices here for them. Yeah. So in terms of the time it would take to make the length of the sterling silver chain you do here, it's just we can't do it for the because time is money. So in our hourly rate, it just wouldn't. Of course. Because you do
wouldn't make sense.
Silly prices.
And we're not going to let you down on it with this one either. It's such a lovely amount of natural neon apatite. The eye-catching, striking look is one that won't be ignored. It has got that holiday vibe, it has got that seaside vibe, it has got that Maldivian look about it. 50 centimetres worth of this, 925 at just £9.95 for you. That made you kind of bite your lip a bit then.
Yeah, because I can't, I mean, I got really high then. It was like, yeah. It would take me more than an hour to make that length of chain.
Yeah.
And even at a £10 hourly rate, which is a low hourly rate, that's, and then you've got the appetite.
You've got to buy the components as well,
yes,
obviously.
And then you've got the faff of making each individual loop and getting them all perfect. And that is all done with you for under £10. Alison, I want one of them, please.
So, Alison, it's the Morganite so far in one of these chains, if you will, my love.
She is lovely, isn't she?
She is. Hello, Alison. Sorry. £9.95. It is a deal and an opportunity. For things like this, it kind of already looks like it's just done for you. Yeah. But it's not just a matter of popping a chain on the back and going for it, is it? You can do loads of other creative things with this, can't you?
You can do. I mean, you can bring it down and then you can make a wire piece at the bottom and have that as the chain for it. Yeah. You can actually add it in to a big wire design if you want to. There are loads and loads of different things you can do with it, like glasses chains, as well as using it as just simply chain on its own. But I like it just chain on its own, especially with a stone like that. with something that isn't so vibrant, then I might use it with a beautiful pendant that I've made and then have the accent stones up the side, because then it looks really, really, really good.
Yeah.
But with something like that, I'd want it just on its own with a lovely clasp.
Yeah, just to be shown off.
Yeah.
Okay, 60 of these available now, but that's very much an ish. Don't take that as a, oh, that's exactly how many there is, because it takes ages for the computer to actually click in that loads of you are multi-buying. So that is maximum the amount we've got. It's probably close to 45 at the moment, I'm being told. Loads of you with this in your baskets, which is nice to see, but it doesn't mean that it's yours. So please do ensure that you check those out whilst you can. I've got a meter chain coming up for you in a little bit as well. Opal on that one. Multicoloured opal. Multi-shaded, I would say, more realistically. But that's coming up for you really, really soon too. So if you love your gemstone chains, you don't want to go anywhere, because we're going to be bringing that to you later on as well. Wonderful to see every single one of you. Congratulations, you've got yourself something truly eye-catching here, and something which I think's so interesting to look at, and the fact it's natural as well at that price doesn't really compute, but I'm not complaining. Well done to you all. About 20 something left, I've just been told now, so please do be quick whilst you can. Dude, 89 is your code on this today. Well done everyone. Moonstone is one I'm gonna get for you now. This, oh, I think this is an incredible, big pieces. In Moonstone, you're looking for something referred to as schiller. So when you're looking at your Moonstone, it's the way in which essentially you get these tiny elements of feldspar. And these elements of feldspar are microscopic. I'm talking around about 0.5 microns, which is a tiny bit thicker than one individual beam of light. And what you get with this stackability of these layers of feldspar is a way in which the light will bounce along them. And that scattering motion of the light gives you what we refer to as schiller. And you're going to be able to see it on this strand in abundance. If you've never seen schiller before, boy, you've got it here. And you've got translucency as well. That's incredible pairing. There's your schiller. Absolutely oodles of it. Can you see the kind of blues and the greens and the golds that you get? That is the impact of schiller. And the fact that you can see the black background beyond this also, that is to do with the translucency. Now, it's harder to get an amount of schiller like this on something that is translucent, but we've managed it here. It is an exceptional quality strand. Because these pieces are so big and they're mammoth, I mean, you're up to a 7x3 on these, and that's epic. Because you've got such huge pieces, you've got more of that opportunity for that light interaction to happen, and you have got absolutely kind of alluring amount of that appeal within this. I think this is one of those gems that yes, designers and sellers of jewellery used to grab attention. Am I right?
Yeah. And it does grab attention because it is phenomenal stone.
Yeah.
So I have got a set that I've made out of that particular strand.
Oh, right.
And I have a little sterling silver space bead across each the biggest one in the middle,
Okay.
with a little bead cap, and just framing that, and then simply just moonstone with a sterling silver clasp and extended chain on the back, necklace and bracelet. I went the wrong way around then, but yeah, bracelet and necklace.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I have those because I just simply adore it. And every time I sell one, I make another one.
Really?
Yeah.
Because that's how captivating this is.
It is, and people look at it and they're just amazed by the fact, and they love to pick it up. And I love to set my store out so people want to pick it up. So they want to buy something, they want to pick it up, and they want to look at it. When they pick up something like that and the colour moves across it and it just sparkles in so many different areas, they're just mesmerised. And you know, once they've picked it up, it's going to go home with them.
Yes.
So, yeah.
And they're going to treasure it, and they're going to adore it.
They are. It's a beautiful, beautiful stone.
And at this quality, with that fetching amount of schiller and that incredible amount of clarity, $22.95 as being your price. It just has. You've bought it at that price. You've loved it at that price. However, it's Sunday Fun Day. Happy days. £14.95. We brought that in for you today. At £25, a great deal. At £14.95, an exceptional one. A mammoth amount, I may add. You've got a huge carat weight on this. It's 105 carats worth, and I've got a length, ignoring the tassels entirely, I've got 41 centimetres worth of gemstones on mine. That is an exceptional deal, an incredible opportunity, and I've got to admit, at that price point, I mean, they're working out minimal amount per stone, even though they've got such an impact and the quality is there. There's no need for us to be taking low deals like this. It's just that we've got a decent quantity, we know you like it, and we want to give you a bit of a Sunday Fun Day treat deal, and you've most certainly got it here today. Do you know how you order? You do, don't you? If you don't, 0800 644 655. That's how I do it, because I'm not good with the whole technologically thing at all. So I do it on there. You can do it online as well. But the call centre will help you place this order. It's so easy to set up an account. You get a free DVD and a free booklet, and every few orders as well, you get one of our JM hub as well. And what's going on in the hub today? We've got interview with Colin Wagstaff. He's got a new picture done. Where's that turtleneck gone? Do you want to see it? We've got our lovely there he is, look. We've got Birthstone of the Month, which of course this month is your ruby, perfect for that kit. You get tutorials in here. You've got absolutely loads and loads and loads of info, and that keeps getting updated. So great time to make your order, great time to get involved. £14.95 and free goodies as well. £2.95 postage and packaging. Can't say fairer than that. Well done, everyone. Well, that's a bit of a precious strand. You know what? Putting this out there, when you look at this, this is controversial, but when you look at this, doesn't this make you think? Fantasy forest. Do you see what I'm saying with this, Sammy?
Yeah, definitely. I love the fact that in the natural emerald you get all of the ferns.
Yeah, me
and
too.
it does make you think of like forests and like prehistoric jungles and things like that. I love that kind of thing.
Prehistoric jungles. We don't talk about that enough at Jewellery
No,
Maker. We don't. But I think we should from now on. This is a really spectacular strand. This is so eye-catching. Emerald is obviously a very ancient gem, and it's one of those gems that I think not everyone kind of realised they could own at the kind of deals that we do at Jewellery Maker. The unique and individual shaping of this, I believe, gives you this really naturally kind of quite evocative feeling, actually, when I see something like this. It evokes these feelings of kind of the outdoors, of in a sense kind of luxury as well, because although they are, you know, they've got that opaque appeal to them, because every single one is unique and individual, it kind of feels a little bit luxurious because it feels different. It feels like no one else is going to be able to own the exact same emeralds that I'm going to have on my strand, and yours will be different because it is natural in that beauty and its appeal. All we've done with this is added a little bit of oiling to it, and it's given it that glorious glossy sheen. Emerald whiz, that was a mixture of was and is. Emerald is a gemstone that a lot of us won't ever expect owning. It's whiz because it was that, technically, because now it is something we can own. Huge carat weight, stunning quality of individuality and uniqueness, and £6.95. If you're tuning in for the first time, you're thinking, wait, that's genuine emerald? Yeah, it is. That's what we do here at Jewellery Maker. We cut out the middleman every single opportunity, every single occasion, going directly to these mines, building up these relationships which just grow and grow and grow and grow and grow. £6.95. That's the type of price I would expect for shell pearl, which is good, which is nice, but it's not emerald, is it?
No. That's a beautiful prize, isn't it?
Yeah.
You can't say anything other than a beautiful prize. That's such a long strand. That is such a long strand.
Super lengthy, isn't it? Let me get my
really
ruler
is.
of truth out. 43 centimetres. That's a huge amount. That's a full necklace length and a bit more actually for me.
Yeah.
That's touching at the back. A full emerald necklace. This isn't computing actually in my mind. A full emerald necklace for £6.95. I'm trying to think if I could get a full large coffee for £6.95. For £6.95, a full English. Really? But I'm not getting extras with that. I'm not getting the extra hash brown at that price. This is emerald. Loads of you in for this. Welcome one and all. Hello. Please do make sure that you're getting this in your basket and you are checking it out as soon as you can. Got over 40 of these that have already gone. And I've got probably about 7 or 8 in baskets at this moment in time. It's incredibly important that when you see things like this, you're getting it and checking it out. Do you know what I really fancy? I really fancy a kind of slightly ethereal, woodland elf kind of headpiece with this. That's what I want.
Yeah, a headpiece with some little rose gold flowers and things like that, with some little pearls in the middle of the flowers would look beautiful.
Oh, I'd love that.
But the thing about a strand like that, I mean, that kind of emerald, I really, really like, because for me it seems a bit more honest. Because it's kind of like, this is how I am, straight from the ground. This is how I just, it's not over processed. And do you know what, does that make sense to you?
No, I know exactly what you mean. Yeah, I do know exactly what you mean.
But I get a lot of customers that like that, especially at Mind, Body and Spirit events, because they, you know, they prefer something that is kind of more as nature intended, if you see what I mean.
Yeah. I'm just thinking, you know, you were talking about the box clasp that you loved earlier on.
Yeah.
Now this is a bit odd because it's not emerald, but would you maybe do this?
We haven't.
Because it's the same sort of hue.
Oh, it is.
Don't you think?
Yeah, why would you not do that? That's lovely.
And it's sterling silver.
Yeah, and you know, if you tell someone it's emerald and then don't put sterling silver with it, they're going to wonder why.
They're going to question it, aren't they?
Yes.
I'm bringing the box clasp for you now. Just give me half a second whilst I pick it up. This is your box clasp and it's got 3 loops coming from either end of this, and that means you have the capabilities, if you so desire, to do, for example, a 3-stranded necklace or bracelet. A box clasp itself is one of the most secure clasps out there, because you can really feel the kind of effect and of how substantial this is. So we're looking at a 5.6 gram clasp. And what we'll do is I'll just show you how it's made up. Well, I'm going to have to do it with my fingers if that's all right. So what you've got here is the box section itself, which has got the topaz inlay into it. You can see that you've got the little nook at this angle here, which is where the clip itself that we have here goes into it. And you can hear it actually going in. That's how you know that it's locked into place, because you're waiting to hear that little click. And the security is really important. Hear that? That's how you know it's in place. The security is so important, because if you've got a high-end gemstone coming from this, draping from this, or 3 gemstones, if you will, you want that security. And you know with this that it isn't going anywhere because of that click. It's the click of we're in place. You've got here the topaz in it as well, which is, we've faceted the whole thing, which I always think is a bit incredible with clasps like this, because we don't have to, and maybe not everyone would, but we do. We give it the full look, the full treatment. So you've got the table, You've got the crown, the girdle, which is where you get the bezel setting around that element there. And we've even faceted all the way through to the base. You can see how you're getting that kind of step cut effect, which gives you this glorious vibrancy of light. Lots of you already checked out at $21.95, and that doesn't surprise me, because surely we'd be adding more of a price point on top of something. You know exactly what I mean, Sammy, don't you?
Yes.
Thank you.
You would definitely think you would kind of expect to pay an awful lot more because you've got such good quality. It's really, really well made. You've got 5 grams. I don't know, last time I saw a class with 5 grams of silver in it. That's more than most of the rings that I make. So.
Yeah, so 5.5. It's incredible.
Yeah. And then that faceted stone. That's got to cost a lot. Anyway, what's he done with that? Scott.
Scott?
I got all stern mum then, didn't I? I was like,
Scott?
Manager Scott is in the chair. You may well put your head in your hands. You. Manager Scott's my producer today. He's in charge of these prices. That is incredible.
It is, because, you know, you can pay more than that for a faceted topaz.
Yeah, for just one faceted topaz. And in fact, do you remember when we used to do the little collector pieces in the little sleeves, and then they were just one cut gem? Easily could get ones that sizes over that price. So there would be no sterling silver. It's just a piece of paper. I'm blown away. I absolutely adore this as a detail and design. Now do you see what I mean about how perfectly it'll... Oh no, wait, I've just thought that you're actually going to be able to make a sterling silver, topaz, and natural in its colouring, just a little bit of oiling, emerald, for, well, way under £30. Under £25, in fact. That's incredible. I think that is astonishing. Well done to all of you. Hello to Dorset and Lancashire. Hello to America. Lovely to see you, Surrey and Sussex. Hello to Cheshire as well. Hey up, Cheshire. I'm back with you tonight. Loads of you coming in and getting your hands on them. £12.95 is incredible. Ooh. Sky blue, opal I've got for you now. Nice amount of pink in the centre of this, emitting from the centre. So, opal, the structure of opal is made up with these tiny, tiny, tiny microscopic spheres. They're so microscopic, they're so small that the spheres that make these up, you could get around 40,000 on a grain of sugar. That's how microscopically tiny, tiny, tiny they are. This has got those tiny spheres inside, and because of the way that the light moves along them, you're getting this emittance of pink colouring from the centre. And yes, that's natural. Opal. Blue opal you've got here. Wow, you can see super, super, super subtly that pink actually glowing even from here. But it's much better in natural daylight, and it's much better when the light isn't one directional, as it is in here. Rounds in opal don't come around often, do they? No. Come around often at all.
I love those.
Yeah, tell me why.
Because it's natural and it's that colour.
Yeah.
I mean, that's amazing.
It is incredible, isn't it? That it's kind of Mother Nature creates this almost bubblegum look.
Yes. I'd love to be able to find it in the ground like that. Do you know what I mean? I really would.
Me too.
Wouldn't you like to start walking along and then just... Well, it's not how it would be. You'd be digging, but you know how it is.
Oh, yeah. You
just finding these things that nature's just left there for you.
It'd be incredible, wouldn't it? You've got rounds in here, and that's 7 to 8 mil that we've got on those ones. Look at that periwinkle appeal with that subtlety of the pink that emits through. It is just beautiful. Look how much that pops against the skin. Oh, it's just so glorious. It really... Okay, this is... It's fetching. It is absolutely fetching. It's desirable, it's natural, it's the colour itself is giving you such intensity, and yet at $9.95 it doesn't make anything up. It doesn't add up. This is so fetching, this is so desirable. That price is phenomenal. We don't get to see rounds often at all, let alone faceted rounds, with a glorious glow from the centre. We don't get to see that beautiful natural Peruvian blue colour too often, and not at the price that is on my screen for that carat weight either.
No. Alison, that's another one, please.
Hi Alison Tarry, if you want to give us a quick ring and get this one ordered for Sammy as well, that'd be great. Alison Tarry, one of our glorious guest designers. This is a phenomenal deal. I love opal. There's something about opal that I've always loved and adored. It's my dad's birthstone. It's an October birthstone, and I'm always so jealous of people who is an October baby. It's such a connective gem for me, and I think when I see any opal, it does raise a smile, and it constantly does. But when I see opals like this, it evokes so much kind of just beauty, and it is such a fetching strand. I would never expect this kind of price, and always remember for me, opal is not a low-cost gemstone. I bought, it's a couple of years ago now, but I bought my mum a necklace, and I wanted to get her 3 charms. That was her birthstone, my dad's birthstone. I'm February, so I'm amethyst. That was the lowest price charm. My dad's opal, and my mum is diamond. The opal charm was more expensive than the diamond charm by way huge amounts. It's not a low-cost gemstone. It's really not. Yet today, it's on your screen at $9.95. So really, do get your hands on it whilst you have the opportunity. From one opal to another, I'm going to prepare you for this. So it's something we've not seen for a very long time. In fact, it was over a year ago, and all I'm going to say is just get ready, settle down, have your phone next to you, get ready to click a button, because right here, right now, star buy. I love something like this with this. This is a special time. This is a special treat. And this is one of those pieces that you're all going to try and get, but some of you won't be able to. Isn't that just distinctively grand? It's got such an element of chic about it. It's got this feeling of kind of, you know, well, it's highly a la mode, isn't it? It really is. It's on trend, it's fashionable, it's distinctive, and it's not over the top. It's not at all. Glorious, genuine opal with your glorious metal connectors in between, creating for you an unreservedly fetching and fashionable look. It's wearability, it's workability, and it's chic. And for me, that isn't something you will always get with a chain like this. But the opal does it with that metal so perfectly. The graphics are now in. Now is the time to pick up that phone, okay? This is a very, very special opportunity. This has been over 12 months in the making. Now, when we sell out of something, we will put an order in for it. Well, no, that's a lie technically. What will happen is, if we bring you something and we get low in quantity, so say, you know, we play a strand 5 or 6 times. If on the 6th time we've got, you know, maybe less than 50, we'll put an order in. We'll get ourselves prepared. We weren't able to with this because it sold out within a flash, within the blink of an eye. There was no time for that preparation of, oh, that's getting low in stock, let's do a reorder. To get this quality again, at the same quality, at the same costings essentially, with that high metal in sterling silver, took us over a year to do. That's why we've had to wait. That's why we've had to wait, because you know, it is that wonderful way in which Mother Nature works, that we can't just click our fingers and go, okay, give us as much as we like, or turn on that machine and we'll make some more. It's not like that. It's taken us over a year. Now, the precious metal in this is what is not the only thing, but one of the things that made this incredibly difficult for us to reorder, and that's why it took us so long, because obviously the price of precious metal has gone up astronomically, and from the year previous, it's continuing to do so. So that took us a long time. But the opal itself took a very long time to get also, because what we wanted was, we wanted to make sure that we were getting a beautifully kind of natural opal. We definitely wanted natural with this. We didn't want any treatments on this. We didn't want anything to have been kind of tampered with this. And that obviously takes longer, because Mother Nature doesn't necessarily bring us good enough quality for things like this to be paired with sterling silver. And so it was one of those, no, okay, the quality is not there, so we're turning it down, we don't want to have to treat it, so we had to wait for that. But also to get so much of this, these are all individual opals that have been hand-fasted by our lapidarists, by our gem cutters, and because of all that work and dedication that's gone into actually making this and creating this, it took over 12 months to get here. I don't want you to have missed out last time and miss out this time, which is why I'm giving you that forewarning that this is going to be going. This is already going to be out of the door. Started off with 170, did you say? And that's not going to stick around for long. This is an incredible opportunity. I'm going to cross my fingers for you now, because already probably about, what is that, about 10% has already gone, has already been allocated. People have already had it in their basket. All web bidders at the moment, all got it in their basket and all checked it out. At £17.95. That is phenomenal. Can I just let you in on something? I hope you don't mind me doing this, and I hope my manager doesn't. He's going to probably tell me off, isn't he? But what I've got here for you is something that took us that long to get, and obviously we've had to buy it at this year's prices. We've had to buy the opal and the sterling silver at this year's prices, and sterling silver has gone up, silver in general, sorry, has gone up. We're at around about a 15-month high, and we paid more this time for us to get it. Okay, we paid more this time for us to order it, genuinely, yet we've kept the price the same. Now, do we have to do that? No, because if we paid more for... Everything I'm saying, you are ignoring blatantly, Scott.
He's allowed, he's the manager. Oh my gosh, that's a whole metre.
This is a metre's worth, and genuinely, this isn't just ump or bump. And my manager is sat behind the producer's desk, and he obviously would not allow me to be saying this if it weren't true. We paid more for this to be made than we did the last time we purchased it, yet we're selling it at a lower price. Why? How? Because it's a way of saying thank you to you. It's a way of saying thank you for sticking with us, thank you for being with us over this time, and it's a way of us to be able to bring these amazing, immaculate pieces and creations, and a way of saying thanks for just being here and sticking with us, and you are taking that with a big fat smile on your face. I just need to let everyone know, yes, it's a metre, it is genuine sterling silver, and I just want you, if you're sat there at the moment with this in your basket going, okay, you know, what am I going to do with that? What am I going to think about doing with it? You know what I would say? Because you've got this much, you don't even actually need to have a design in mind. You don't even need to have that design in mind, because at £14.95 is an incredible deal and it's an incredible price point. But actually what I would say to you is, just think of this. If you get to a point where you go, I could really do with a metre's worth of rosary link chain now, I'm going to make one. How much would that cost you with a gemstone in between? A meter's worth, this is very much an ish, a meter's worth of our sterling silver wire, what in a, well, the starting price is about the £24 mark, I want to say, for a meter, isn't it? £24.95, yeah, that's what's in my mind as well. It's about £24.95 for sterling silver wire, for a meter's worth. You're going to need more than a meter to create this though, aren't you? Because you've got a double wrap loop on every single element at the side of this. So it's going to be closer to, what, 2 meters worth? Closer to? Let's knock it down, let's take it right back and just say for 2 meters worth of sterling silver wire, you could get it for £40. That would be a great deal, okay? So £40 worth, you've got 2 meters. You then need to buy the genuine gemstone opal strand. Now I actually brought you that opal earlier on for £9.95, which is an incredible deal. But even if I was able to bring you this amount, would this even be a strand? It might even be slightly more than a strand, maybe a strand and a half. So probably got about £10 worth of opals on there at Jewellery Maker prices. So costing you about £50 to make it. And how long, Sammy, to make a meter like this?
If you're going quick, it's probably 2 minutes per link. That's a quick go.
Quick 2 minutes per link. 2 minutes per link. If you want to count up even just the links, absolutely feel free to. There are so many links on this that would be taking you a long, long, long time to do. It would cost you around about £50. And yet we're bringing it to you at £14.95. What is going through your mind right now?
I just can't say often enough what good value that is. I mean, we used to do those at £20 plus for the meter. And at that price, I thought it was a great deal because of the time it takes to make it. And for me, it's not cost effective to make it when I can actually buy it for an awful lot cheaper.
Yes.
Just because of my time. I can spend my time doing other things and then have that beautiful, I mean, you can make amazing waterfall necklaces and do all sorts of things with them. Yeah, such a good deal.
Really is, isn't it? I'm just blown away, and I want to say to every single one of you, this is a real special opportunity. Over half of my stock has gone on this. Oh no, last 20. Gosh, I sounded like I was having a right strop then, didn't I? Last 20? I was never a stroppy kid. I'm still not now. Ooh, just a little bit of draping there for you, ladies and gentlemen. Look at this display. No, this isn't a new prop to Jewellery Maker. No, we haven't upped our budget on stands. You can own this. This is on your screen right now. I've never seen anything like it. Well done, everyone who got that opal. I'm so sorry that people are missing out on this. Now, let me talk to you about what we've got here. I need one of these. Please tell me we've got a lot of these, Scotty Blart. 250. Listen. Let me show you this. Okay. Oh no, it's gonna go, isn't it? Crafters, ladies and gentlemen who love and adore your decoupage, you could decoupage this easily. If you don't know what decoupage is, basically it's getting paper, cutting it out, gluing it on. This is, what a great one, a great thing to decoupage this would be. You've got here your clasp, opens that up, it's got the button clasp detail, and then inside you've got those wonderful drawers, those wonderful boxes. Imagine decoupaging this, or painting it if you will, or adding stencils to this if you wanted to, or even drawing upon this if you wanted to, or even putting fabric on it, hey, why not? And that as a gift box, maybe for your loved ones. Maybe you could even kind of have it as maybe a bangle container, as a bangle jewellery box if you wanted to. I think this, at £3.95, I need one. In fact, I'm going to get 3. That is truly wonderful. I adore this. What do you like about this, Sammy?
I think that's really cool.
It's cool, isn't
I might get 2, one for each of my daughters, and I'll let them do it themselves.
Fab idea.
Because they can personalise it then.
Yeah.
It's lovely. It's really cool. They're both like that.
Do you know the kids are off at the moment? I know. The kids have broken up. It is the summer has hit, and it's, you know, 6 weeks of gloriousness. Something like this, for anyone of any age actually, would be wonderful.
I guess say my daughters are 22 and 8 and 17. Well, she's 18 next week, so they're not young, and they both love that. So, but yeah, for any age it'd be great.
Yeah,
the twins would probably want to do it with them, and they'll be trying to keep them away.
Absolutely, but that's the thing also for girls and for boys of all ages, because you know you could keep. It's not just about keeping jewellery in here, is it? It's about keeping memories. You could have it as a memory box. You could have it maybe as finds. You know, when you go and you're walking on the beach and you find, you know, your shells, your little pieces of fossils and things like that. It could be for all of that as well, couldn't it? It's not just about jewellery. I really love this product, and so do you. Lots of you coming in for this. Lots of you getting your hands on it. I'll show you all the way around. Closes up, clips up, and then whoop. Really lovely detailing on to this one, and like I say, it could even be used as your storage, couldn't it? Actually, your storage for your jewellery pieces, maybe having this as kind of a crafting travelling piece for you. Quite like the idea of this on your stand. If you're selling your jewellery, doing this in the same colour or same theme as your jewellery stand, as your stall, I think could be quite a nice idea, because you could kind of have it there ready and raring to go. You've carried it all in there, you've got it there, having it to pop open, and maybe to have just a few of your displays, a few of your designs here. There's so many of you coming in for this. Hello, welcome. £3.95 for this box. You can decoupage it, you can paint it, you could colour it in if you wanted to. Put fabric on it, just have it as it is. A really beautiful box here, whether you're using it as a good display box or a jewellery box or a memory box, whether you're giving it to a 3-year-old to finger paint on, or you're giving it to, you know, a teenager who's going to embellish it with gems and sequins or whatever it might be. Keep your dog treats in it, Director Ben's saying.
I don't know about that, because I think the dog would probably chew it up, because they smell the treats in there.
Yeah.
I think that's probably not a great idea, Ben. Sorry, love you, but wouldn't do that.
He says, oh, you'll keep it somewhere out of sight of dogs.
Yeah, but they can smell. You try and keep it out of the sight of a beagle. They're gonna know where that is. You keep it 3 streets away and that beagle will find it.
Just have a load of beagles outside your house, like, here you've got a new treat box. I'm rubbish at impressions of beagles, aren't I? Want to own coming up for you in a bit. Let me show you. I just think this is glorious. In fact, I'll show you it. This is my new favourite thing, this box. I think I need to get myself a couple. This is one to own, coming up for you later. Coming up in about 6.5 minutes. About.
Just roughly.
Yeah, I don't like to be too specific, but about 6 minutes, 42 seconds. These are coming up for you after the break as one to own. Glorious rose gold, beautiful amount of shine and sparkle on these. Real nice intricate detail. I'm bringing so many more goodies to you. I've got challenge weekend continuing, and we're going to be diving on into demonstrations a little bit later on, straight after this break. One to own. See you in a few minutes.
If for any reason you're not satisfied with your purchase, you have the benefit of our no quibble 30-day money-back guarantee. Just complete the returns form enclosed with your goods and send them back for a full refund. You can now book Jewellery Maker workshops online. Just head over to our Jewellery Maker website and click on the workshop link. We have a wide range of workshops from beginner to intermediate, covering a variety of mediums. Once you have found a workshop you'd like to attend, simply click on the Book Now button. Fill in the required fields and then press Continue. This will take you through to the payment page. If you have any questions, you can contact our workshop coordinator Wendy at any time by emailing workshop@jewellerymaker.com. We look forward to seeing you.
Did you know no matter how many times you purchase with Jewellery Maker in the same day, you'll only be charged one fee of postage and packaging? Select our standard delivery for just $2.95, or if you'd like to receive your goods sooner, upgrade to our premium option for $4.95.
I think when I look back on it, I think I was brought up as a beader, not a jewellery maker, a beader. Because, you know, we always had my granny's button box and lace box, and, you know, you could go through her beads and put them all together, string them, you know. Jewellery Maker is quality, and if you want the quality, that's who you've got to go to. I like your presenters and the certain ones. Yeah, and it's a shame it's so far because I'd like to do loads more courses. But yeah, I will always be buying from Jewellery Maker. I am that sort of person with energy who likes to jump from medium to medium. Depending on what day of the week it is, depending what I feel like. I find I work differently if I'm sitting in my workroom at the table than I do when I'm sitting with a tray in front of the television. But yeah, no, I would say to new people coming in, if you are looking at genuine gemstones, it's got to be Jewellery Maker. I would say look at the bundles, because I think you do some really good bundles. And press the button quick and buy them. You know, don't wait to think about it, because I think that's one of the big things, is if you wait, it's gone. You can always order, and what I usually do is I'll order, and I'll have other things in the back of my mind that I can add to that order to get your postage money's worth. Yeah. And if I don't like it, I can send it back. But I think that is the way to buy.
Get interactive with Jewellery Maker by liking our Facebook page and join over 55,000 like-minded people.
One to own. This really is an exquisite opportunity, utterly opulent, arrestingly alluring necklace chains with your rose gold. Rose gold gives a blush that captivates. It gives a warmth and a detail that the likes of silver and gold just don't give you. And that's one of the reasons that this is a truly a la mode colour at this moment in time. It's something which more and more people are getting onto, more and more designers are looking for, and more people are wearing. It is seen as that highly luxurious, very sought after kind of metal, and to be able to get it with that sterling silver behind gives it a freshness and a brightness which again will stand the test of time. You're getting two chains with this, and they're two different styles. So let me talk to you about this one first off. What you have with this one is your, what do we describe it as, a Rollo curb chain? Let me hold you that one. It's really delicate curb chain, really delicate in the sense of it's sturdy, it's durable, there is so much metal on there, but the actual links themselves are so fine. It gives this almost liquid gold kind of appearance actually, doesn't it? Which is probably one of the reasons it is such an alluring chain. This is your 16-inch and it does have the 2-inch extender on there as well. What you get with the curb chain is a real nice movement. You get a real nice fluidity to it. You get this draping that happens with a curb chain such as this, which really just gets into kind of all of those elements of your body, all of those curves of your body that can kind of drape over it. For example, on the décolletage, I think a lot of us are quite like, well, I do anyway, quite like a chain to rest along the collarbone. And this will drape beautifully because of those curves, because of how intricate this is, because of how delicate this is. The thing thing is though, it's not actually an easy look and design to get because they're so delicate and so intricate. It takes a lot of metal. It takes a lot of metal to create something like this. But the drapeability is just unignorable, so we do it for you. I've then got your oval link chain here. And this gives a completely different look. Wow. It gives a really big impact actually. When that light hits on the detail, when it hits on the profile, if you will, of the ovals, you get this sheen, this glow, this absolute sparkle that bedazzles. This is a brand new chain. We've not brought this to you alone before, so I must show you around it. With your oval link chain, you're getting, in the links, oval shapes. You're getting, at the end of this, your jump ring, which then goes into the extender. Now that means that you can vary this between a 16-inch necklace or an 18-inch necklace, depending on where you put the clasp. And it's completely up to you. Some people like to wear it a little bit shorter, some like to wear it a little bit longer, totally up to you. That then links into the clasp, which in this instance is your bolt ring clasp. And then you have the little detail at the end here, which helps it rest, it helps it fit and connect nicely into that jump ring. But also it lets your customers or your loved ones that you're gifting this to that it is 925, it says it there for you. So you know that this is a high-end, luxurious look and appeal, and the people you gift this to will also. So, 1 to own is right, because it is sterling silver. It has got a glorious look and appeal. I mean, when you've got quality like this, that you can even see from afar, on something which is only going up in price at the moment, it's going up and up and up and up. At the moment, the price of gold, obviously rose gold is slightly different, but the price of high-end gold at the moment is at an astonishing price. People are estimating that the price per ounce of gold at the moment is getting close to $1,300 per ounce. The price of gold at the moment. It's one of the highest it's ever been. In fact, 3-year high on gold. Obviously, rose gold's slightly different, but rose gold's still an expensive style of gold. In general, it's about 15% higher in price than that of your white gold. So to be able to get this much of it, bear in mind it's not a flash, it's a plating, so a big amount over that sterling silver, you've got a very special opportunity. If you went on the website right now and bought these two, they are brand new, they've not been brought to air before. If you went on online now and bought these separately, that's how much you'd be paying, £18.90, which is great. Rose gold plated, sterling silver chain. I think, you know, it is getting out there more and more and more, but it's still hard to find. To get this amount of precious metal in it as well, that gives you that alluring look of movement and detail, £18.90, I'd be chuffed as peas. But we're giving you a 1 to own deal. £5.50 per chain, that's £11 for you. What an opportunity. If you've already purchased this, the likes of Essex, Dorset, West Yorkshire, Worcestershire, Warwickshire, how do I say that? Louth? L-O-U-T-H, how am I saying that? Louth? Surrey, Cheshire, Lancashire, Oklahoma, Conway, Kent, Berkshire, South Yorkshire, all of you who came in and got that at the original price, £18.90, you will pay the same closing price, okay? Don't think, oh no, I was happy at £20, I loved it at £20. Don't worry, everybody pays that same closing price. We do all the calculations later on in the evening, so that will be taken into account that this has gone into price. The good thing for you lot is you're not doing what everyone else is doing now, which is frantically dialing, hoping they're not put to the back of a long queue and they have to wait forever. People getting repetitive strain injury now, trying to check out and click as quickly as they can so that they all get it. There is a huge amount of you getting this. Well done to all of you who just got it in a chilled out manner and knew that you were going to get that saving. Everybody pays the final closing price. £5.50 per chain. That's phenomenal. It really, really is. You can't get much for £5.50 nowadays. You can't, not nowadays. I brought a battery for this like games console remote control. It's a rechargeable one. That was over £5.50. It's a battery. How boring. I prefer chain that makes me feel glorious, that makes me kind of swagger around a little bit, that puts a spring in my step and a smile on my face. That's what I prefer. My name is Rebecca Redican. Hello everyone. Do call me Becky though. If you want to. I don't mind Rebecca either. I'm joined today by a lovely lady who is working away, creating some glorious pieces for us that we're going to have a little look at in a moment or two. It is the lovely Sammy Fletcher.
Hey.
Hey you.
I'm not stressed, I'm fine.
No. You're laid back, chilled. It's the challenge show. So Sammy's had an hour to work on her kits, and then we've got a lovely long demonstration with
We
her.
have, haven't we?
Yeah, exciting, isn't it? Sammy,
Yes.
tell us what you like about these.
What I like about them is they're really unusual. Anything that is different is really, really, really good. So rose gold, like you say, is difficult to get hold of.
Yeah.
And especially if you're wanting to supply like a rose gold chain with something you're selling, from my point of view, if I've got to actually buy a solid rose gold chain, it's cost prohibitive for me. So it's really, really nice to have that amazing look with that quality of the sterling silver. It's perfect.
Really is
And
perfect, isn't it?
£5.50 a chain means it's easy to cost in to a design when I'm selling it on. So,
Definitely.
yes.
And with this colour, what kind of gems are you going to be working with it, Sammy?
Rose gold is one of those that goes with everything.
Yeah.
So it's lovely. So if you put it with peridot, it's going to pop. If you put it with emerald, it's really going to bring out the colour. Yeah, but if you put it with ruby, it kind of gives this like glow. It's like a sunset when you put all those kind of colours together. So you can put it with anything at all.
Oh, I love that.
Anything you love, it will go perfectly with it. So.
It's quite a romantic idea, that, actually, to pair it with ruby. We have got ruby coming up in this kit. I love that kind of sunset feel.
Yeah.
It'll go perfect with your next kit, actually, with all the bullion.
It would go perfectly with this kit, or carnelian, or anything with those kind of sort of glowy orangey tones. It'll go with. It goes with everything. Though.
Really does, doesn't it?
Because with amethyst, it's going to make amethyst pop. Like you've got topaz there, it look amazing with topaz. Again, it looks great with the morganite. It's just a lovely colour, isn't it? And it's one of those that complements everyone's skin tone. And it's so, like you say, it's come back so much in fashion. Whereas we weren't getting asked for it at all 5 years ago, and now people are actually asking for rose gold.
Yeah. I think this is glorious with the morganite.
I think so. Just one of those on a little head pin.
If you're just tuning in now, I brought this morganite to you at £9.95. It's coming in at the bottom of the screen. Don't tell anyone. It looks like there's someone under the desk, doesn't it? But I'm just speaking to my microphone.
I'm glad it's your microphone, not your armpits, because it does look like you're chatting to your armpit there.
Oh, I always have a great conversation. Brad's the arm. Brad Pitt, I get it. Oh, director
good.
Ollie,
That's
just
good.
knocking that one out of the park again. Oh, Brad the armpit. Strangely, I haven't named my armpits. I know. No, I haven't. Strangely. Anyway. What'd you say, Brother Pete?
So what would you call your armpits?
What would you call your armpits? I don't know, Pete. What would you call yours, please?
I don't know, probably like where the muscles are. Wait, no.
You just
I
went
don't know, I
probably
thought-
like where the muscles are.
I haven't thought about this.
How muscly are your armpits?
Wow. How'd you work those out? I don't know. Were you just standing in the garden?
I don't know.
I was trying to be cool.
You were trying to be cool. Do you feel like it worked? No. My lovely producer, floor manager, Brother Pete today, who's organising us. I know, we put him in charge of organisation. It's incredible, isn't it? £5.50 each. Well done to you all. One to own, and a very special opportunity. No one's going to be messing with Pete anymore. Have you seen the size of his armpits? Whoa. Lovely to be with you today, everyone. We're quite unusual here at Jewellery Maker if you've just tuned in. We never say that we are the average channel. There's a table thing there. No, you carry on. You carry on. Hurry up. Hurry up. We're not the usual channel here, I'll be completely honest, but we have fun.
We do.
Don't we indeed?
We do. It's always lovely, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Aren't we lucky?
We have the best job because we
Yeah.
get to have fun with people that we really like.
Yeah.
And work with amazing stones.
Yeah.
It's just, what else could you
And
want?
it's super creativity,
Yeah.
which is just the best feeling in the world
and
to
help
create
other
it.
people be creative.
Absolutely.
Which is also really good.
And the community feel of it. And we've got
is.
so many customers who are genuinely lovely.
Oh, we do. And I want to say a big thank you to Hazel for my card.
Me too,
It was
Hazel.
lovely.
Yeah,
Thank
me
you.
too. Yours had a real steampunky vibe, didn't it?
It was a gorgeous steampunk
Yeah.
fairy.
Yeah.
You can't get any more me than that,
It
can
was
you?
perfect. Hazel, I absolutely loved mine as well. And didn't she write lovely things in our
She
cards?
did. She's amazing. Thank you.
You're a lovely lady. I put a huge smile on my face. Speaking of smile on my face, see what I did there? Kit time now. I'm obviously over here with our guest designer, Sammy Fletcher, and you may well notice that she is working away on this. Why? Because it's a challenge kit we've got today. Now that means that usually we'll send the kit out what, 2 weeks in advance sometimes?
Yeah. Sometimes a bit longer, and sometimes it's a bit shorter if we're covering. We might have a couple of days. So,
So a couple of weeks, a couple of days. An hour. Sammy's had to work on this kit, and that's why she's still working. But already you've managed to create almost 4 pieces now.
Yeah, very nearly finished this one. So, little pendant.
I love this. How much texture and luster this has.
I adore that because it looks like you've really spent a long time weaving that bracelet and you
Yeah, you're right.
haven't.
No.
So I'm loving this wire. It's very cool.
It's and that ring is just glorious as well. Okay, let's bring you this kit now. So if you've never purchased the kit from us before, all you have to do is call the call centre. Your graphics are on your screen. I'm going to show you what's in there. We're going to have demonstrations, and what you can do is watch the demonstrations to give you inspiration of what to do when the kit arrives, and you can watch us back at your leisure on YouTube as well if you want to. I've got 3 strands here. 1 ruby, which is genuinely so seductively sassy.
It's lovely, isn't it?
Yeah, really is, isn't it?
It's got some real kind of like glow in some of them. I just love them.
Yeah.
Really good.
Genuine, real deal ruby I've got in here. And it's got that intensity, that kind of seductive look and appeal, that flirtatious, kind of sexy colouring that we've got alongside this. And you have got here 60 carats worth. These are an 8x6 to a 12x7 that we've got on these ones. You've then got your peridot. Don't see around often.
No, and I adore peridot because it's got such a glow to it. And it really is, and it's so sparkly.
Yeah.
Such a great depth of colour.
Peridot, if you've not come across a peridot before, its neighbour is diamond. So they live across the road from each other in an essence. They're the 2 gems that are formed not in the crust of the earth but actually in the mantle. Exceptional, almost unimaginable amounts of pressure and hot heat that derives from this. It's created in these locations whereby you have temperatures, you know, that you almost couldn't imagine, where you have so much force pushing down on them. And what this gives your lovely peridot is brightness like a diamond. It gives you sparkle that you would expect to see in something like a diamond. And I think with the facet work we've got on this, it pairs that up perfectly together. 2 strands, as you can see. Your rondelles are up to a 4x3, and you've got the rounds on there as well. The round strand between a 3 and a 4 mil on those ones. It glows so spectacularly, and I think you've got your nature colour and your kind of blossom or almost vintage rose garden colours here, haven't you?
You do. I mean, there's so much. Yes, so much you could do with it. It's amazing.
Especially when you pair it with all the goodies we've got here, such as your wire. Wire work is one of our most loved and most watched mediums that we have at Jewellery Maker. And essentially, getting wire and working it into jewellery, in essence.
Yeah.
I mean, I wish I could make it sound a bit more flowery or flouncy, but that's essentially what it is, isn't it, really?
Well, that's it. It is, and it's how I actually started making jewellery. I didn't start with beading or anything like that. I started with wire work. So, yeah.
Yeah. In fact, I think it's the first thing I tried. When I joined Jewellery Maker, I think it is. So you've got 100 metres worth of your 0.4 here. This is a weaving wire, great for getting through lots of your gemstones, and it can create really nice looks and patterns, similar to the vibe we got on our first kit. And then you've got your 0.8, which is a thicker wire. It's more structural wire, and you get 10 metres worth of that in that same colour. And then you're getting loads of your bullion wire. Have you worked with this before?
No, this is the first time I've actually worked with it.
Ever?
Ever.
And how are we feeling? What are we thinking?
I'm loving it at the moment, so that's fine. I'm loving making, making the bracelets and everything with it. I think it's going to be great for making torque necklaces and things like that. So I just think it's the perfect accompaniment
It really
for
is,
a wire
isn't it?
pendant.
It's got a beautiful amount of spring to it. Yeah. You can take that spring out completely as well and kind of use it in this finer manner. There's loads you could do with this, and it almost has this double helix kind of DNA structure to it that spins around and really gives interest. So let's see what we can do for you for this Olive Grove collection. 2 strands of peridot with sparkling glitz, natural beauty and seductiveness of your ruby. A mammoth 110 metres worth of wire and 40 grams worth of that rose gold bullion wire too. Very fine. Sorry, that glazed over look that I just gave then, never attractive, is because I've just heard the amount of money my producer, who today is manager Scott, is taking off this. Who fancies £10 off a kit? What about £20? What about £40? That is a phenomenal price. The reason it's 30 and it's not 95 at the end is because we've taken off every single penny we can. Essentially, we'd be paying you to take it off our hands if we took any more off. That is incredible. Remind me of that start price, £70 and 65 pence. So we've taken off £40.65. £40. That's way better than half price. That is incredible.
That is amazing because these are really long strands.
Yeah, really long strands, very high-end strands as well, with ruby and with that amount of glorious peridot.
I know, this peridot is divine.
Wow. Wow. I can't get over that. Please don't hesitate to add this to your order now. It's 60777 starting that text with the word JM Studio. If you want to ask any questions to Sammy, or if you want to get any extra ideas, feel free to get in touch with us in this hour. And also don't forget, if you like what you see, 0800 644 655, get on jewellerymaker.com or download the app if you want. I just want to let you know that the peridot rondelles, these ones with that glorious richness and that beauty of dazzle and that brightness, the price of this, do you just want this strand? If you do, it's £24.95.
Wow.
This strand.
That's a beautiful, beautiful strand. But the rest of it's a £5, 5p?
Yeah, £5-ish, isn't it? £5, 5p. Hang on then. So that's £24.95. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So each of those other products is working out around about £1.
For 100 metres of rose gold.
For 100 metres of rose gold, £1. For all of that bullion wire, £1. For a ruby strand, £1. You'd find it hard to get a name sticker with the word ruby on it for £1.
You would.
Let alone an actual ruby. I know I can't get over it either. Your names have gone off my screen. I put so many multi-buyers. You multi-buyers are now thinking that's £80 back in my bank. That's essentially what that feels like, because we've taken over £40 worth. Manager Scott's saying that has got to be one of the biggest price drops he's ever done on a kit.
We're over half price.
Way over half price. Half price and then £10 more, basically. Well done to you all, well done to every single one of you, and we are going to have step-by-step demonstrations. I would like to let you know that I've only got half of my stock available now. It's 35 in quantity, and there are plenty of you with it in your basket, so fingers crossed, toes crossed, good luck to you all. And Sammy, let's begin with some creativity, can we? I'm ready. You got given this an hour ago.
Yep.
Oh, and look, you've just finished off this glorious pendant. Let me just hold that on that.
Yeah, I was going to.
Oh, that is so beautiful. Look at that peridot shining away.
Well, you can only really do a pendant where you're framing it like that with a good quality stone.
Yeah.
Because otherwise it looks ridiculous. So you have that amazing glow of that peridot. And the large ones, I know it says 4x3, but that looks bigger than 4 to me.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
And you can see all the richness of colour just completely stands out.
Totally. What are we going to be making today, please?
Well, I'm going to start with the ring, and then I'm going to show you how I did the bracelet, really, with the clasp.
So we're going to learn how to make this ring, first off, with that beautiful wire weaving detail around it. You can see that glorious detail around the side there. So let's get started on making this. 29 of those left. Fingers crossed people are going to miss out soon.
So we're going to start with 3 pieces of your 0.8 in about 2.5 inch lengths, according to my little thing. Ruler. That's a ruler, it's not a little thing, is it? Right, so on each one of these I'm going to put a loop. On the two, you've got basically 2 sides in the middle. So on the 2 sides, what I'm doing on the smallest part of my railing pliers is making a loop that goes, I'm just going to pull that back out one way so you can see I've made a little, like a P shape. I'm going to do that on the other one as well.
Okay.
And then in the middle, we're going to make it look more like an eye loop. So that one is, that one, I'll put that one, so that's one side and the other side. I want it to lie flat. It will do what it's told. And now we're going to do an eye. Now, if you want to do a little eye loop, an easy way of doing it is to make a little 45-degree angle, and then you'll make the loop and it'll sit there. But I'm not going to do that right now because we're quite, I want to get through the whole thing. So the other way is to make a little P and then just stick your thumb underneath and then tilt it back a bit.
Kink it back.
And then you see what I just, with my thumb underneath the base of it, I've just pushed it back a little bit, and I'll just pull those out. And then you have the little eye loop, and that is sat in the middle.
Yes.
So
as opposed to it looking like a P, it now looks like a lollipop.
Yes, you've got a lollipop and a P. So what happens is they all sit next to each other.
Okay.
Like so. Ideally, so you have them all like sat like this. So we're going to start wrapping. So you're going to need the middle one first. So just take it out and put it down. There's no point holding it all together at this point.
Okay.
I'm just going to pull off a little bit of the weaving wire. Work with how much you're comfortable working with. You're not going to need too much, but you don't want to get too tangled. So some people like to work with really short lengths, and some people like nice long lengths. So I'm just going to attach the wire. I'm holding it with this nice long tail underneath and wrap it around 3 times like so. And then I am going to hold this one next to it, and you can actually thread the wire through the loop to anchor it in place. So I'm just going to do that. I just push the end through, grab that, pull it. And I'm not running the wire through my hands because that's going to work hard in it. Now this is a beautiful soft wire which I really, really like. So I'm going to wrap those 2 together twice. Like so, I'm just repositioning it.
Okay.
You'll find that I do that quite a bit. I'm just going to push that through again, grab it with my other hand and then pull it. And twist it. And we're going to have that down like that. And now I've got them sat neatly together. So while they're sat like that, laying across my finger, I'm going to pick the last one up and grip it quite firmly, and you'll see that you won't be able to get it up through the loop now because the weave's moved down a little bit. So we're just going to wrap that one as it is together twice. and then we're just going to wrap always going to wrap 2 wires together, and we're always going to wrap them twice.
Okay.
So now I've got to come up between, if we call that wire 1 and the middle one is 2 and the bottom one is 3.
The one closest to you is
so
3.
I'm coming up between 1 and 2, and I'm going around 2 and 3 twice, and then taking the wire all the way under all 3 of them, coming up the other side of 1, and then I'm going to come down between 2 and 3, wrapping 1 and 2 together twice.
Okay.
And you're just going to keep doing that until you've done about 5 centimetres, I think it is. So you just measure that. So yeah, I'm just going to wrap those 2 together twice and keep going briefly. If you find that you're having a bit of an issue getting in between the wires, just fan them out a little bit, because you can always pull them back in, because that middle one's bent slightly, so that's causing me some, there you go. So you can get a bit more speed up when you do this. Just pushing it up firmly each time. Now the secret to a really good tight weave is obviously tension, pulling it really, really firmly, but also you notice that every time I do one wrap, I push it up at least twice with my thumb or my finger.
Yeah.
And that is basically it. If you get each individual wrap neat, then the whole thing's going to look neat.
Okay.
So don't worry about how quick you're doing anything. The most important thing with wire work is getting your weaving neat. So take your time, and you'll find that initially it's probably going to take you quite a while. So don't worry about that. The speed comes with practice.
Whilst you're weaving?
Yep.
Because I've heard that speed takes practice.
It does.
And you've got the speed.
Yes.
But I don't want to overly rush you.
That's fine.
I want to bring you this. I love this. It always feels a bit like, well, it feels a couple of things. It always feels a bit, this is your life, and it also feels quite professional. This is your Jewellery Maker travel kit, let's say. And what you have with this is the opportunity to create on the go, basically. Let me show you what's in this. The kids are off. Okay, we've got GCSEs are done, A-levels are done, school holidays have started. It is that time of year that we're keeping people busy. We're finding things to fill the time at a low cost availability, and I think this could be helping you, because this is getting people to start a brand new medium in a very simple and concise way. Should we start off looking at the pliers? These pliers here for you are perfect for little hands. If you've got any kids in your family, this would work beautifully for them, because they are slightly smaller, because they're the travel size, very much like your travel size shampoos and mouthwashes. They are slightly smaller for you, but obviously, you know, adults can still work with these, can still use them. It's just that because of the size, then they are slightly easier to carry around. You've got in here your snips. So these are your cutters. If you're brand new, this is a perfect way to start. And don't forget, at first order, you get a free DVD and a free booklet that gives step-by-step tuition. I bet you they will be using every single one of these pliers in that DVD. You've got the snips that cuts things, like wire even. You've got your chain nose pliers, which are flat and go to a point. That's great for creating bends in the likes of your wire, and a term that you will hear, I guess, designers using constantly, to squidge with. They're great for squidging. You've got your round nose pliers as well, which is what Sammy used earlier when she was doing the loops at the top of the wire, you know, when she did the peas and the lollipop. Yeah, that's what these are for, doing loops and spirals and lots of other goodies. If you mosey on down slightly, you will see a little pocket here, and this pocket is absolutely perfect for carrying lots of wire in, maybe putting your elastics in there. If you're doing wire work, you know, your gemstones or whatever it might be in there, that is perfect. On the other side, you've got your beading box, your beading tray. Now, this keeps you organised. This keeps you in place. It keeps you really exactly where you need to be, because what we do here is we can work out our designs. The first time I made a piece of jewellery, well, one of the first times I made a piece of jewellery, I made a bracelet and I had an order of gemstones. I can't remember exactly what it was. I know moonstone was in there and labradorite was in there, but I can't remember what else was. And basically I did it, I finished it, I created it, I put the clasp on, and then realised the order had messed up slightly and there was 2 labradorites, whatever it was, next to each other, and I had to take it apart because it was so irritating to me. Things like this will stop me doing that. You can lay out your designs in the divots you've got here, even on your multi-layered one. You can have your gemstones in these boxes so they're not rolling around everywhere. If you're doing the likes of your chainmail, you can have your open jump rings and your closed jump rings in here so you're ready and raring to go and you're not faffing around or getting confused. You've got your measuring devices on here as well, and I know a lot of people who make to sell their jewellery actually have individual bead boxes for individual customers, and they'll have their name written on at their sizes, so that you know when you're making a bespoke piece for that person, you've got all their measurements there ready and raring to go. This is a really wonderful, concise pack, all in one place. Perfect for knocking jewellery over with, but perfect for your crafting needs. All in one, easy to go pace, whether you're going on a caravan trip, whether you're flying away somewhere, whether you're just going to meet your mate for the weekend. This is a great way to have it all there ready and wearing in one place. And you've got one for your best friend too. I've got 2 for you here today, ladies and gentlemen. Same dealio, same situation. You have got £20.90 as a should-be price. That is a great opportunity to start 2 new people going on a medium. £22 is great. £11.95 for both of them. That is essentially 2 bead boards, 2 tool kits. That's 2 carrying cases. That's a wonderful deal, don't you think?
It's really good. It's also great for things like workshops, WI, things like that. If you're going to go and do talks and you want somebody, give people the opportunity to make along with you, it's really good.
It's a great opportunity, that, isn't it? And I was just thinking that if you're going to be doing the likes of workshops on the road, you know, you can actually take a few of these along for each of your people who are on the course, and maybe you could include it in the price, or you could even sell them on afterwards.
Yeah, you could say if you want to keep your toolkits, £10.
£10,
yeah,
which is wonderful because actually it's only cost you £6 each, so you're already making a profit and you haven't even had to do anything.
No.
A wonderful opportunity. Well done to you all. A great way to get the kids involved and a great way to get loved ones and friends involved in your passion and in your medium at £11.95. That's even just great for getting your hands on a set for, okay, I'm going to have this in my caravan and I'm going to have that one in my car, or, you know, down the side of your sofa, for when you can't be bothered to go upstairs and actually find your toolkit and everything else.
That's perfect. It's really good.
Great deal. Well done to you all. £11.95 for both. Nice work. Sammy, you finished your weaving.
I've finished my weaving. I've made little loops with the same way as we did before, with the 2 end ones. I'm just going to do the middle one now. And it's nice when you have, you know, a little bit left over, because you can just pull it round like so, or you can just use your, I love the pliers. I'm going to just hook that around with my finger actually and just pull it, and then I'm going to cut that off when I've got it to where I want to be, like so, and I'll just trim that. So I'll get my little cutters right in there. I love the fact that we've got these amazing cutters that you can get in really close and then squidge. And so you have something that looks a bit like that with a kind of like a shamrocky bit at each end.
Yeah.
So you simply just got to bend this around the ring mandrel now.
What if someone's new and they don't have a ring mandrel?
If they don't have a ring mandrel, anything that you can bend it around is fine. I've forgotten my ring mandrel when I've gone to do shows, and I'll quite often make rings and stuff when I'm on the move.
Yeah.
So I've ended up using the struts on my shelving units and all sorts of things. Marker pen, anything.
Anything you can.
Anything at all. So yes. But I have quite a few ring mandrels dotted about the place now.
They are super useful.
So now you can just, when you have it just around the ring mandrel like that, it's going to look like this with a horseshoe bit. So you can take your pliers or your thumb and just bend those in. You can do it while it's on the mandrel if you want, and then so they're going to sit flat against the finger. It's obviously easier to do that while it's on the mandrel, because then they are going to sit flat against the finger. Or you can do it on your actual finger. And these two middle ones we want poking up because that's what you're going to put the gems in between. So if you're going to use a big gem, you have it quite wide apart. You can actually do a longer weave and have smaller gems in the top.
Okay.
Or you can do, I mean, I did a ruby with that one, but I think this time I'm going to do like two with a little peridot and one with a big peridot in the middle.
That's a nice idea.
So what we're going to do is not bother putting anything on the shoulders for this one.
Okay.
And we're just going to thread your 0.4 through the top loop and wrap it around 3 times because that's the magic number. Just holding it nice.
Why
and
is that
firm.
the magic number, please?
It's just because it's a really
everyone
good.
does that.
Everybody does it, yeah, I know.
They do, don't they?
Because too often, sometimes it isn't secure enough, and 3 is a bit more secure.
Yeah.
And 4, you know, sometimes that is too much, if you see what I mean. It's going to anchor it really well, but it's just going to take up too much of the wire, if that makes sense.
It does make sense. Just to let you know, the kit has come back on your screen, and it involved the likes of 110 metres worth of wire, 40 grams of bullion wire, a 24.95 strands worth of peridot, another peridot in the rounds, and a really rich and seductive ruby. We did over £40 off, which is why I've only got 10 left. So
10, I can't believe that price. That's got to be below staff. Oh, it has to be.
it's got to be. It's got to be. Wingles whilst you can. If you want to order this, last 10. I wish you all luck.
So we're there, and just thread it through and wrapped it 4 times around the other side. And you can see what it does, because these stones now, I think you can really see, if I just trim that off on both sides, you can really see the quality of those stones.
Wow.
And if you have it with the rounds like this, when you put it on, those run across your finger.
Yeah.
So it's actually a really nice design to do that with too.
That's
And
beautiful.
I do just love those peridot. They just, oh look, it fits me. Would you? Who'd have thought
Gosh, you're
it?
good, aren't you? So we've seen how to make the ring, and now we're going on.
We're going on to the bracelet.
To the bracelet, which I have got. Is this one we're doing, isn't it? Am I
Well,
right?
yeah,
Or this one? Well,
they're
it's
both kind of
isn't
the
it?
same. One I've put a clasp on, so what I thought I'd do is I'd show you how I did it, and then show a clasp, because you've done a wrap loop before, so you don't really need that one. So we're going to go, and this is going to be quite a small one. That was a little bit too short. Oh no, it might not be. It's deceptive, isn't it?
Yeah.
No, that's fine. I thought I'd cut too little off and then check my wrist. So I think quite often we make too big.
Yeah.
But yeah. And literally, again, with this one though, I'm going to make a little wrap loop at the end.
Okay.
So 45-degree angle. Again, I'm utilising the curve of so you can see I'm just keeping that curve going. 45-degree angle. I'm going to place my pliers against that 45-degree angle. Push this round with my finger. Obviously, the longer the wire you've left to push it around, the easier it is to do, rather than struggling with a small end. Pull that out, and you have a lovely wrap loop, a lovely loop there. And to make it a wrapped loop, you're then just going to take your flat nose pliers and hold it. You can use your nylon jaw pliers, and again, we're just going to push this end wire around, and that just secures that loop. What it means is, if you have an open loop, you can pull on it and it might come open at some point, and that's fine in some designs. It's not going to happen, but with a bracelet, ideally you want a wrap loop on the end,
Because a bracelet is probably one of those pieces of jewellery that takes the most bashing, basically, isn't it?
So
Jackets on, jackets off, walking into doors. That might just be me, but you know what I mean.
no, it is, it's true.
Yeah.
And so I'm just squidging that really firmly down.
Yeah.
And then run your finger over to make sure that it's not going to actually catch on something, because again, you don't want it catching on lace cuffs or whatever. Obviously, I do Whitby Goth weekends, so lace cuffs are often something I have to worry about.
Of course.
So now with the other bit, the other end is open. And you're going to take, this is lovely stuff, isn't it? I just like
love the bullion
I like
wire.
to play with it.
It's got so much movement, hasn't it?
It has. It's really cool.
It's slinky.
Oh, it is.
Isn't it?
And then it wants to slide off as well. So we're going to have fun with this, because I was having fun when I was doing it, because it kept sliding back off. So I'm just going to gently push it up. And what I don't want to do is to push the other end of the wire through it. Yeah. So, because it's really nice. This is kind of really mesmerising as well. Probably not for you guys at home, but for
No,
me,
it is. I think it
for
is.
me
I'm
to just
captivated.
slide on. But again, it's like using gizmo coil.
Yeah.
But it's a lovely spiral.
Yeah.
So
It is different to a gizmo coil. It's got more texture and more
It has.
movement in a
So
sense.
you can see I've got to the end here and it's right at the other end there.
Got you.
So what I'm going to do is actually pull a bit back off and then cut it. And try not to cut the wire. There we go. Really easy to cut like so. And then I want to push it back on so that I have a bit of room to make that wrapped loop. I haven't quite got enough off there, so I went another ½ centimetre. But it's always best to kind of underestimate and then have to do that rather than cut too much off, and he wants to come back off now. There we go. So again, same as the other side, we're going to do a little wrap loop. And then you would slide anything you wanted to onto it before you put your clasp on.
Okay.
So, unless you're making something with a really big loop on it, if you see what I mean. Now, if you've left too little bit like that, because sometimes it happens, you just get your other pliers and grab the end and pull it round, so you don't have to panic. And then you can take a bit of time of making that go really, 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 really close. And I'm doing this left-handed now, and I'm right-handed, so I don't know why I decided that was a good idea. But there you go. And that's really quite a decorative thing on its own, isn't it?
It really, really is.
I actually love the look of that. So when you're making talks and things for that pendant, I just ran out of time, so I was going to make a talk for that pendant. It's the same kind of deal.
That'd be really pretty.
Same kind of deal. You'd make a talk exactly the same way. So now you can put your little charm or whatever you want to put on there, and we're just going to make a clasp for it at the moment.
So let me show you this clasp that we have on here. This is what we're going to be learning how to create now. So it's the loop and the hook, and it's got a really lovely movement to it, which has got a lovely amount of movement to it. And obviously means you can kind of make this whatever size you want, really, doesn't it?
You could do, I mean, you could, if you wanted to put a little jump ring in now and then attach those, then you can add jump rings in to make it bigger if you want.
Of course you can. Of course
So
you can.
you're gonna use your
0.8, which
There
you've got
we
10
go.
metres worth in that kit, 10 of the kit left, and it's £40 off, £40.65 if you want to be super specific.
I love you, Becky.
Thank you so much. I'm so glad you do. £30 is your closing price, and it should have been £70.65. So get that whilst you can.
So with your round nose pliers at the end of your 0.8, it's still on the reel. At the end of your 0.8, you're just going to grab it, and then just going to make the smallest kind of little loop possible, like so. And that's it. So you have that, and all that is the end of your clasp. And then we're going to use kind of midway down your baling pliers and just push it against that loop. And now you're just going to go around like so, gently, and you've made a little clasp already.
Oh,
I mean, that's
easy.
just a little hook, so that's really good. So again, you want about 1 inch and a bit before you trim that. So we have this, and that's because we are going to make sure that that's on a wrap loop itself. So just before the edge of this little hook, you're going to take your little thumb or whatever you want to do to make your little 45-degree angle. As you can see, it's not quite 45 degrees. There we go. And then you're going to make another little loop.
Yeah.
But you're not going to finish it just yet. You're going to go all the way around, like so. And while it's open like that, you're going to put, you can see it's open, I haven't finished it off.
No.
You're just going to slide it through there, and it's going to fit into that little, it is, I'm going to win, there you go. And then you're just going to take the wire around and close the loop. So what you do is you slide it on before you close it, unless you're going to use a jump ring. Quite often what I do is I close the loop and then think, oh, I was supposed to put that on there.
Yep, I've done that so many
times. We use a
times.
jump ring, and we just don't get cross. Well, we do get cross, but we use a jump ring.
Very
and
inwardly.
we get over it. We get over it. It's fine. Nobody died.
Yeah.
It's just annoying, but we're fine. So that's the clasp, and it is quite an easy thing to do. And we're just going to squidge the ends nice and firmly. So you're going to need a little eye bit.
So the eye loop,
For the eye
circular
loop.
section.
So again, we're going to need the 0.8.
Okay.
And about 1 inch before the end, like so, you're going to put your round nose pliers. I'm going to do slightly midway. You can do, some people use the real end ones and get a massive loop.
Yeah.
But because I've done quite a small hook, I'm not going to bother. So I'm going to pull the wire all the way around and just simply, I'm making a little divot with my nail at the end, just to make that the end bit. Can you see? I've just made a little, so it's straight and then round.
Yeah.
And again, tip is to hold the loop steady with your pliers whilst you're pulling that wire around. Like
the kit
so.
has sold out. I'm so sorry if you missed out.
I know, it's that wire, it's that brilliant, that stuff's great fun to play with.
I'm so sorry if you've missed out. Don't worry though, one to own, or Otto as I call it, because I'm just a bit quirky, is up on your screen right now. You've got 2 chains, 16 inches with a 2-inch extender, with a 16 inches with the rose gold linkage, and you've got 2 different chains, one that was a curved chain and one that was an oval link chain. Doing them for £5.50 each, genuine rose gold over the top of silver. So your Otto is on your screen now.
Otto, no, you see, that could have been a name he called his armpit, but he didn't bother, did he?
He didn't, did he? No.
Otto.
We're going to have to, Brother Pete was naming his armpits earlier on for us. And yeah, you're right, Otto could have been one. Because that sounds quite muscular.
It does, it sounds quite manly. Otto.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Anywho.
So now you have a little loop at the end with a wrap and then a straight bit. Now, what's really nice, if you can, is to thread a little gemstone on here.
Oh yeah, oh that's
so if
cute.
you've got one that'll go over a 0.8, you could thread it on there. Or maybe if you wanted a little bit of decorative stuff, you could thread another piece of this and have just a little piece on there. And then, you know, then you've got a little kind of decorative element to your clasp. Well, it's also nice because you've got a wrap here, and if you separate it with a little stone or a piece of decorative weaving, or one nice little cheap piece like this, which is beautiful, then what it does is it doesn't mean you've got one sort of wrap that doesn't quite butt up against the other wrap. It just makes it look a little bit neater, which is cool. So again, other side, we're just going to do that another little wrap loop and then slide it on like so. This is quite an interestingly long clasp. I like anything that's a little bit different, so that's cool. That's going to look quite quirky, isn't it?
It's a bit quirk.
It's good for you then, if you're in a quirky place today.
I am today. I think I am most days, I'll be honest.
Yeah, it's good. Quirky is good, I think.
Yeah.
Got to enjoy yourself. You know, really do. Life is short. So there you go, and again we're just going to squeeze that. And the other thing about using this amazing stuff is that you can't see the ends, it kind of blends in really nicely. You. So then you have a little hook and eye thing there with a little bit of decoration.
I like that.
So that's quite cool, isn't it?
Oh, that's really beautiful.
There we go. And that's you know, that's some of your entry level all the way up.
But you wouldn't be able to tell.
No.
Because it looks like you've weaved and weaved and weaved for a week and a half to create that.
Yeah, you really do. I'm loving this stuff. It's great.
It's fab, isn't it? Sammy, you've just made 2 full pieces in 40 minutes.
Okay, that's pretty good going.
That is really good going. And I think that's the great thing about this selection. It means that you've got that opportunity. Thank you so much for showing us that. Like, how was the challenge?
It was, do you know what? I was really worried about it all week because I didn't know what the kit was going to be. No idea what was in it. I was like, oh my gosh, what am I going to get? And then I just got something so beautiful. And
you've created something sensational.
This stuff saved my life.
Good old bullion wire comes through again.
Thank
you so much, Sammy.
Really
do appreciate it. Don't worry, Sammy's staying around. She's sticking about with us for more ideas and more inspiration. I'm going to squeeze something special in for you right here, right now. This is a stop. Okay, put my earpiece back in. Okay, a star by is something that we bring to you that maybe can add a little bit of glamour to your collection. And I think the strand I'm about to bring you will do that. This is something that is an extremely rare gemstone, and it's something that in such large pieces as the pairs I'm about to show you, we do not get to see so often. The rarity of this gem is going up and up and up. It's a one locational gemstone, and I mean it's only found in one place on the planet, and because of that, and because of the popularity, and because of the promotion by the likes of Tiffany and Co and Sotheby's and Boodles, because of that, there is smaller and smaller quantities for a higher and higher demand of an audience, essentially. The strand I'm about to show you, because of its shape, gives you a movement of colour and pleochrysm that we don't always get in tanzanite. Specifically those blues, those delicate greens I'm getting in here, and loads of your lilacs at the heart of this. Take a little look and get ready to fall in love with one of the rarest gemstones there is, tanzanite. Now it's hard for you to see pleochrysm, i.e. the changing and movement of that colour, because of the lights in here. There's more lights in here than in most sunbed shops. There are absolutely loads in here which basically hit the gemstone in one direction, and that means that you cannot see the movement of that colour. You have to get it home to see that. It's a 30-day money-back guarantee. Even if you just want to own this, to see that movement of colour, to see it in natural light, well, now is your opportunity to do that. Yeah, and I do encourage you to do it sooner rather than later. And all you have to do is ring us. When you get this type of shape, you do have the opportunity for that light to travel in the directions in a different way. So this is how I would describe it. Imagine you've got a ball, imagine you've got a round. The light that it takes, the time it takes the light to get from this aspect through to here, takes a certain amount of time, but it takes the same amount of time for the light to get here to here, to here to here. It takes the same amount of time because it's that globe shape, because it's even. With a drop, what you have is a fine area. The light travelling through this way goes really quickly. The light that travels all the way through the gem is obviously going to be taking much longer. And because of that, when you see it in different angles, you have the opportunity to get pleochrysm. You don't always in a tanzanite, but on this strand you have, because the quality is up here. It is a really exceptional strand that I have for you here of something with the highest kind of calibre of status attached to it in a really truly beautiful strand. It's getting harder and harder to get. Mines are closing down. Mines aren't reopening as quickly as maybe had been expected. And today you have your opportunity. 0800 644 655. Press option 1. I'm going to give you the opportunity to dial now. Is it ringing? Exactly. The noise you just made then sums it up.
Yeah.
The price you just saw,
Yes.
made you gasp.
Yeah, it was just like, that's not really a tanzanite price.
No.
Not for pairs especially.
No.
You might get nuggets and what have you,
No.
but faceted pairs.
Yeah. And this is so pleochroic.
Yeah, I can see that from here, and you
Yeah.
can see the colour, and some of them are really quite dark.
Yeah.
And it's just, yeah. So I was not expecting that. I was expecting over 50.
Oh yeah. Because of the quality, definitely. Just
What? I just did. Sorry, the telly's over there.
I knew, because I saw you look, and the gas came in when it was at that original price point.
Yeah.
And because you've been talking to me, you didn't see that price drop come in.
No, I didn't.
What did you say before that price happened that you thought this was going to be at?
It's like a 40, 50
around
pounds strand,
about
yeah.
£40 mark.
Yeah.
Nowhere near that today. This is getting rarer and rarer and more expensive. With with every kind of moment, essentially. Mines in certain areas were closed down because basically they wanted to sort out licenses and everything else like that. So they were closing them all down. That's had a huge detrimental effect onto the amount that the trade can actually get their hands on at the moment. And that's really put a halt on things. It's really put a stagger on things, which then has greatly affected the price. Because if you're not getting enough of something, if you're not bringing your audience enough of something, what you will do and what companies will do and what miners will do is they will essentially say, okay, we've hardly got any, so you're going to have to pay more to get what you want, to get what you need. We haven't done that here at Jewellery Maker because we got it at a great deal, we got it at a great price, so we're passing that on to you. £16.95 for that much colour, for that much pleochrysm, not just blues, you're getting the greens and you're getting the lilacs in this as well. I know it's incredibly difficult for you to see, but it's mainly due to the amount of lights that are in here and how strong they are and how one directional they are on this. It's the shape, it's the light, it's the movement. £16.95. I would love to know what you would do with this.
Oh, I do what I've done here with this, just have a heart with it sat in there. Or you could make like a multi-connector necklace with them fanning out around there in sterling silver. Definitely use sterling silver with it though. Definitely.
It'd be glorious, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Absolutely would. I'm going to ask a new member of our team what she likes about this. Claire McDonald in the gallery. Look, there she is, Claire McDonald. What are you saying? Love, love, love. Absolutely love. That was my impression of you. You sounded a bit minxy in my impression, didn't you? Ooh. Absolutely love. Didn't mean to make you sound so seductive, Claire. I do apologise. Well done to all of you who are getting this. Well done to all of you who have checked out. And good luck to those of you who have it in your baskets and are tinkering at the moment. Lots of you with it in those baskets all over the world. We're going to be back after the break. Sammy staying with me. More genuine gemstones, more very unique and individual opportunities, and an extremely rare gem I haven't seen for ages. See you in a bit.
Polymer clay I love because it will cross all ages and all mediums. You can tone it with lots of different colours to make all the shades that you desire. You can mix it with resins, you can mix it with all sorts of mediums, but not just jewellery. You can also do things like add it to your scrapbooking, your card making, and children will love it. It's a non-toxic medium, so perfect for all the family. It would just be an endless the amount of things you can make with it. I love it.
The Jewellery Maker Wall of Fame is where you get to showcase your skills as a jewellery designer. Each week, one lucky entrant will win £100 credited to their account, and the runner-up receives £50. If you want to enter your design, just send a photo to studio@jewellerymaker.com, or you can post your photos to Jewellery Maker, Ivy House, Henley Road, Outhill, Studley, B807DU. Get making and good luck. Did you know when you book on a Jewellery Maker workshop, you are given exclusive access to our Jewellery Maker shop? You can browse through special items and offers, be privy to selected discounts and deals that you can't get at any other time. Shop whilst you learn and grab yourself some amazing offers. For more information on workshops and available dates, contact our call centre. There are 4 easy ways to stay in touch with Jewellery Maker. You can like our Facebook page and join a community of over 54,000 people. You can follow us on Twitter and tweet us your messages and opinions, send photos of your designs and enter our Wall of Fame competition. Or if you need any help or advice, you can email our friendly help team. Make sure to get involved and stay up to date with Jewellery Maker. If for any reason you're not satisfied with your purchase, you have the benefit of our no quibble 30-day money-back guarantee. Just complete the returns form enclosed with your goods and send them back for a full refund. Get interactive with Jewellery Maker by liking our Facebook page and join over 55,000 like-minded people.
Deal of the day. One of the most difficult gems for us to get our hands on right now. We haven't had any opportunities to order this in the last, well, months, this year essentially. We haven't been able to get any of this. Tanzanite, yeah. Diamond, yeah. Morganite, nope. This has been incredibly difficult to get, but it's yours to own now. Come on in, get yourself on those phone lines. Your graphics will be on your screen any moment now. If you're on the phone lines, then you get to own it, essentially. This is an incredible strand. My name's Becky. Hey, hi. Today I'm joined by Sammy, our guest designer. What do you like about this?
It's amazing clarity, and the faceting is just out of this world.
Yeah.
It's so good. It's really beautiful. Dreamy.
Dreamy. It's the glow that it gives because of that clarity.
Yeah. I don't know what to say about it because it's so nice.
It's really got... So, with stones like this, Morganite, you don't necessarily expect that amount of clarity to come alongside them, do you?
Well, if you get it, you don't often get the colour.
Yeah.
You seem to sacrifice one for the other.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, you do you do have to, in general, have to do that a little bit. But it is one or the other.
But the big ones, they still got so much pink in them. You know,
Yeah.
they all have, but I'm just saying, normally when you're looking at the stone, the bigger it is, the harder it is to get the density of colour, if it's clear. So to have a big one with that saturation of colour is really, I was doing that because I want a bracelet out of it.
I can see, isn't that funny how you're instantly imagining that?
Yeah.
That's so funny.
Because I'd want it on my hand where I could see it. That's why. So if I like something, it's on my neck. If I really like something, it's on my bracelet or my finger.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And this is one that you really like.
I really like that. Yeah.
Just to let you know, we're having slight graphical issues. The graphics are the bits that usually you can see here and here. Magically, I just brought them back in for you. The graphics for this will be up on your screen any moment now. Please stay where you are. I don't want you to miss out on this. The one to own would go perfectly with this. I brought you one to own chain, and it was sterling silver and it had rose gold over the top of it. It had 2 chains in different styles. What a beautiful look this would give.
So I'd take one of the bigger ones then, and then just have that on that one to own.
Yeah.
On a little rose gold plated headpin that we do. And yeah, just that's all you'd need.
Yeah.
Because it could really stand up to that. That stone could stand up to that.
Really could, couldn't it? Because it's got the strength to do so. Yes. It has got a lovely glow. It has got a wonderful brightness. And the difficulty of this is getting it in. It's in on your screen now, okay? Now is your opportunity. Please do call. This is your time. Seize the day on this one. Go for it. Why not treat yourself to something which is so individual, which is obviously extremely luxurious, extremely high-end because of that clarity and still the impact and strength of colour. Do it today. Pick up the phone. 30-day money-back guarantee. What's the worst that can happen? You get to 20 days, you go, oh, actually, do you know what? Payday's not quite as close around the corner as I want. Send it back. We will put the money back into your account. It's that simple, it's that easy. But deals like this and quality like this doesn't come around every day. Like I say, it's getting harder and harder for us to get our hands on, for us to order. And we're a big business in the jewellery game, really. You know, we have lots of different sources. We have a brilliant buying team who have great connections. Yet still, can we get our hands on morganite? No, and it's not through want of trying. We've been trying and trying and trying, but time and time again, we haven't been able to get these on. When we launched this earlier today, it was £79.95. Oh. That is a cheeky deal. Wait, so I've got £80 worth strand here, but I'm doing it for $49.95. That is incredible of an opportunity, incredible of a deal. Our deal of the day is something that we do not always bring to you with such an incredible price drop, and we don't always bring you this amount of quality. This is an individual opportunity to get pure class, pure decadence at £80. I'd be okay with that price. I wouldn't think that was completely out of range of what I would expect for something like this with that amount of clarity. Would you? £80, Sammy?
No, I thought that's kind of where it would be.
Yeah. Well, it is. Yeah, it's £79.95. It was this morning.
It's a beautiful strand, isn't it? It's not something you see very often at all.
No. It's really not. Glows almost of kind of the lilac-y tones as well, which is quite nice. Really salmon, peach, very idyllic hues that you've got in these morganites. And if you wanted to show it alongside the as you can see, the slightly more opaque morganite we did earlier, then you absolutely could do. Or you might want to go whole other level with this and pair it with the likes of maybe amethysts to add a little bit of brightness or a little bit of detail. Those tanzanite go lovely with it, and I think the status of morganite and tanzanite are kind of evens.
They are, but it also what's really, I mean, with a strand like that, I tend to kind of maximise my profit because I'm quite tight, so I want to make it to go quite a long way. So I'd have just a couple, and then I'd have white topaz, because we do some amazing microfaceted white topaz, and I buy a lot of that.
Yeah.
So you have like tiny little sparkles all the way down here to that beautiful pink in the middle, and maybe 1 or 3, depending what you wanted to do in the middle, and it looks just amazing.
Love
but
that.
again, just simple fine silver chain with just 3 of them.
With just 3.
It's just beautiful. It is, and that's just divine as well.
I really like these together.
Yeah.
Russian chrome dioxide is coming up next for you. Want to say congratulations to everyone who got that morganite. What a treat, what a deal. This is a very special chrome dioxide I have for you here. I am in awe of this. Russian chrome dioxide is a gemstone which, again, we've not been able to purchase yet this year, thus far, just like morganite, which is why I think they'll be perfect alongside each other, not just because of their beauty, but because we haven't been able to get this one either. The glow that is emitted from this is absolutely intense. I mean, it's neon, it's bursting at the seams with vitality. It is vivacious, it is captivating, and I have to say, oh my gosh, when you look at the light through this, I don't know how you cannot adore this gemstone. I absolutely adore this. I really, really do. It's got this kind of beautiful, relaxing, surrenderous tone to it, but hold it up to the light, bang, pow, light. No way!
No, Alison.
Alison, guest designer Tarry, order please for Sammy.
And herself.
And yourself. This is incredible.
It's her favourite ever strand. I can't believe that price. He's not dropping it even more. He's not.
I actually don't want to look. Has it gone below £25?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Oh, we're not even by a bit. I was thinking £24.95. Not that. That is huge. You know those moments where you just want to shout and scream at your manager, but you can't because he's your manager. Yeah, I'm in that moment at the moment. Producer and manager Scott giving us an absolute steal of a deal. What a great one. I can't get over that because this is a phenomenal look. This is one of the rarest gemstones out there on the planet. This is a gemstone which 2015 was the worst year of yields ever. This is a gemstone which, for 400 carats, now, sorry, I should explain what carats are, because we always talk about it, but we don't really talk about it, if that makes sense. Carats, not the vegetables that help you see in the dark, apparently. These are carats. It's a weight term applied to genuine gemstones, and it's grams and carats relay into each because you get 5 for each, so you're getting 5 of the carats for the gram, and it gives you an idea of weight. The higher the carat weight, the more gemstone you're getting, and that will determine the price hugely, absolutely mammothly. For this carat weight, because this gemstone's got a perfect cleavage, sounds good, but it's not in a gemstone. It basically means it's got these different planes. That means that when you're cutting this, when you're fasting this, when you're working with this as a gemstone cutter, what it essentially means is that if you catch this slightly in the wrong way, it shatters. It's useless. And because of the individual planes, this is incredible. Okay, we've got 40 carats worth on the strand. How much rough do you think we've needed to create this? What do you imagine? Do you think, what, 50 carats worth of rough? So we've got rid of 10 carats worth? No. What about what if 100 carats maybe? Maybe we've got 100 carats worth of rough and 40 carats worth we've got from it. That'd be a 40% success rate. That's not a lot actually, is it? It's even less than that. This will have come from 400 carats worth of rough. Because it's a 10% success rate, essentially. 90% loss with chrome dioxide when it's fasted like this. And yet still, for something which takes more work, takes more effort, essentially takes more cost, because we have to take into account the amount of loss we're getting from this, I'm still able to do it for under £25. I am blown away, and so are you. Names have gone off my screen. Well done, multi-purchasers. What an exceptional opportunity. That is a wonderful one. Sammy, you're still smiling.
I can't get over that. I always put mine with 9 carat gold because it's so rare, and it's the gold with the deep, beautiful green just pops. Really works. Yeah. It goes really well with silver as well if you wanted to do that, but I think with the gold it just gives it another level. It does. It's
astonishing. If you've never ever owned Russian, I'm a limited stock now, last chance saloon on that one, I do apologise. 18 baskets, I'm being told, people on the phone. If you've never owned Russian chrome dioxide before, it's such a unique gemstone. It comes from this location. There's dioxide you can get from all over the world. Russian chrome dioxide is the optimum. It is the one that people go for. And this is a picture of the mine in summer. And at that time of year, they can only mine it for a really short period of time. At that time of year, they have something, the miners, that they refer to as Whisper of the Stars. And Whisper of the Stars sounds beautiful, but it's actually because even in the summer months, when that picture you've just seen was taken, when they communicate with each other, it's so cold that their breath freezes in midair, and the sound of their breath freezing and hitting the ground they refer to as Whisper of the Stars. That's how cold it is to get this, which is why less and less miners are turning up, which is why less and less people are treating themselves to going up to those locations and getting their wonderful, wonderful chrome dioxide, which is why yields are going down, prices are going up, rarities going up. All that at $21.95. The thing I love about Russian chrome dioxide is I don't class myself as a green kind of girl, but I love chrome dioxide because it has that nature and that beauty, and unlike anything else, it really is. 17 left, 12 in baskets. People on the phone, it's go, go, go time, not the time to hang around at all on this one. I'm absolutely adoring it. I really, really am. Well done to every single one of you. A very special opportunity. So, CD19 is your code on this one today. Don't hesitate to call. Free phone number at the bottom of your screen. Press option 1. Right here, right now, I'm grabbing Glamour. Star by. This is bold, enormously grand, seriously huge pieces. 900 carats. Subdued it's not, eye-catching it is. Sammy, captivating or what?
It's amazing. It's ethereal.
Yeah.
But it's massive. It's just so on trend, isn't it?
Yeah, you're right. You're
It
definitely
really,
right.
really is.
You're right.
You do just one off a bit of cord.
Yeah.
Could be masculine or feminine if you did it that way.
Could be. Would you do jewellery with this? Would that be your first instinct? Or can you think of other things with it?
My first instinct is always jewellery. Can't think why.
Yeah.
But yeah, again, but it would be about using just one. Just one.
Yeah. I'm just thinking, photographing.
Oh yeah, you could drape stuff over it. That would look great, wouldn't it?
Pretend you've not seen that. Thank you very much. Check up, Emma. That was a genuine that she did then. Yeah, you could photograph on this, couldn't you?
You could in a bowl, in a glass bowl, and have them in the bottom of a glass bowl with floating candles on the top.
Yeah.
And things good for bridal centerpieces, all sorts of stuff, as
I
well
adore
as
that.
making amazing statement jewellery.
Yes, you could use them as almost like alongside resin, perhaps, actually.
Yeah.
Because you can mimic that kind of look and detail, can't you?
You could use that as a light pole.
A light pole.
Having like a rainbow coated, it's beautiful light pole.
I quite like the idea of these hanging. You know, is it Pollyanna? It might be. The one where they have the prisms and the light spins around the room and it basically makes the slightly cantankerous old gentleman all happy again. You could do something like that, couldn't you? With these, with the light running through them. Scott's suggesting a ring.
Wow, with one of the smaller ones at the end you could. I think a ring with one of the big ones in the middle would be a bit excessive.
You'd have to have armpits like Brother Pete,
You would,
wouldn't you, if you had one of the big ones as a
could.
ring. You've got very muscly pits, he was telling us earlier. You have got your white rainbow coating on these ones. So you can see, if I kind of you can see it perfectly there. Richard of York, you've got your yellow, green, I've got at the top corner, battle blue, indigo and violet there in the centre. You've got all the rainbow colours in just that one panel. It's not too over the top, it's not too obtuse, it's not too in your face. There are so many multi-buyers. I've got multi-purchasers in Kent, Renfrewshire, sorry, Cleveland, Surrey, Sussex. Okay, that's why.
Yeah, that price. It's got his
That's amazing, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'm thinking, you know, in kind of the crafting, crystal healing shops and things like that, a lot of that time they'll have little boxes where you can go and just purchase one gemstone. Sometimes they're cut, sometimes they're roughed. Things like these, if you did something similar to that and say sold them for, this is ridiculous, so I don't do this, but even if you sold them for 50p,
yeah,
you've got £1, £2, £3, £4, £5, £6. The rest of that's profit.
yeah. That's it. I mean, that's the thing about wire work as well, because you would only use one, you can really maximise your profit with them.
Yeah.
So, yeah, although for £5.95 you can make the ultimate statement necklaces, couldn't you? Massively. I have a customer, I'm not going to lie, who loves big, chunky rock necklaces.
Yeah.
You know the big agate slices we do? And we've had citrine like that before.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah,
so
I know
I've
the
had
one
a
you
big
mean.
agate like with one of those big rough citrine in between, eats all the way around. Loves it. She loves anything seem like that. So if I get a strand, I always get two, because I get one that I'm going to make up with a necklace for this particular customer of mine, and another one that I'll use individually. And it's good to have the odd really kind of statement piece on your stall, because people look at it and they go, oh, do you know what? I really like that. Not sure I'd wear it, but I really like that. And then they look at the rest of your stuff.
Definitely.
Because it's not always about pleasing everybody. Sometimes you have to just draw people in. And you need something with a bit of drama. And if you can get something with a bit of drama for $5.95, then you're onto a winner, aren't you?
Why not? This just in. Product, last 50. If you missed yesterday, I cannot encourage you enough to stay exactly where you are. I've just been handed a product which you're going to love and adore. It's flat wire. We love.
Yep.
It's 925. We adore. It's rhodium plated. Last 50 coming up in moments, don't go anywhere. And we had free inspiration with it yesterday as well, where we had this kind of sword designed by Gemma Crow, and Jam was working with it as well in these beautiful movement pieces. So a wonderful, wonderful opportunity. $5.95 for your final chance on that one today, and what a glorious chance it is. Well done to everyone. What a big, bold look. Now, I have got a very, very exceptional opportunity to bring you one of the most amazingly unknown gems out there. Now, I'm about to bring you Sphene. This is, for you connoisseurs, a gemstone that you will know, love and adore. But when I show you this, connoisseurs, you're going to see the types of quality that you probably don't associate with being able to buy at Jewellery Maker. This is a totally different level of excellence. The International Mineralogical Association calls this, what do they call it? Titanium, it's gone off my head now. But it's basically due to its high amount of titanium content that's present in this. The titanium content in this must be high because the strength of the saturation is incredible and the way that this bends the light is impeccable. Even if you're a connoisseur, I doubt you'll have seen quality like this before. Genuine Sphene. That is absolutely mind-boggling, isn't it? What an incredible opportunity this is. It has this uniqueness, this freshness, this desirability that I don't believe is copied in any other gem. This is an unmatchable, opulent strand. And the fact that it is your Tanzanian gemstone, obviously we know lots of gems from Tanzania which have big, big, big prices and statuses attached to them. This is no different at all. This is one of the most diffractive strands on the planet. And you can tell it with this, you can see it with this. When we talk about diffraction, ladies and gentlemen, what we're talking about is the way that the light is bent by a gemstone naturally. So as light enters into that gem, it goes in an angle when it's hitting the sides and it's hitting the structure, and that does this. That bends that light and brings out this dramatic amount of colour from the centre of it. Now, because that's happening in here, you are getting this array of light that is absolutely palpable. I'll be straight with you, easier to see in real life. Most certainly easier to see in real life. But what we've done with this natural, I hasten to add, extremely rare. I mean, when's the last time you've seen Sphene? How much do you have in your collection? If you don't have any, it's not a complete collection. Maybe now is your time to get that complete collection with something like this in it. But 30-day money back guarantee, don't forget if you change your mind on it. But essentially what you have with this is, because of that bending and that movement of light, we've enhanced that with the facets. The facets are increasing that amount of light play, that amount of effectiveness, and that amount of dispersion and light bending, and it's all done naturally on this gem. What an incredible, incredible opportunity from genuine, Sabine, from your Tanzanian location. This is an incredible freshness and diversity. Don't you love an unusual gem? 20 left now. This isn't something we have a lot of. We haven't got any on our website right now. I wish I could say that we, started off with 100 quantity. We didn't. We've never had 100 quantity of this type of gem that I've ever seen, because we can't purchase it in that amount. We can purchase diamonds by 100 quantity. We did it for the likes of the birthday weekend, but this we can't. This is a totally whole other world level of rarity in comparison to that of, say, a diamond. 16 are now available, and I do really need to just forewarn you that that 16 will not last for very long. When you're getting a gem that bends the light in this manner, that gives you that uniqueness, this isn't a peridot green, is it? This isn't a chrome dioxide green. This is an individual, a unique, almost like a meadow-like green that we've got here, with those golden glows behind, of course, intensified by that natural bending of the light. It's an incredibly rare gemstone, and if you want to finish off your collection, this is the way you can do it, but you have to be quick because I've only got 13. Sammy, tell me, when you're looking at this gem in real life and you're seeing the beauty of that glow, of that light, what does it make you feel? How does this connect with you?
It's mesmerising because it looks like it's coated, because it has that much sparkle. And it's just, I find that fascinating. I find it absolutely fascinating, because there's just such a uniqueness to it, isn't there?
Yeah.
It really is. And I don't actually own, I've got one small bit of sphene. That's all I've got at the moment.
That's it.
And I've never seen it on here before.
No.
So there you go.
Extremely rare.
Yeah.
To be able to bring this to you for under £100, I can tell you I've done my research, and actually seems to be what's on the market at the moment, an incredible opportunity. Under £100 for this actually is a great deal from the research I've done. I can actually do it for £39.95 today. Now, last 9 opportunities, not the time to be hanging around. You need to pick up the phone at this point. This is a seize the day moment. This isn't one of those gemstones that you can get, in next week, or you can pop onto the website at any moment and just add as many to your order. It's absolutely not. This is a seize the day moment. This is one of those gifts that you're going to get for yourself, and you're going to use sparingly, wisely, and lovingly. This is the type of gemstone and strand that when you get this in your collection, you're going to understand exactly how Mother Nature can bring us excellence and beauty, and how she can do it with such ease and gloriousness. It's a unique individual colour. I doubt you've actually got anything natural in your collection that's this colour. Have you, Sammy?
No, I haven't, because it's got a kind of a goldy green colour, but then it has that real sparkle as well.
Yeah, really does.
So no, I don't have, apart from the other little bit of sphene I've got. That's it.
That's it, that's all.
Yeah.
A unique and individual look. 7 available slots on this one. Once this is gone, this is gone. And I do need to remind you that if you have got this in your baskets and you're not checking out, you are likely to be missing out. And I do need to remind you that I can't recall the last time I bring this to you. Do I imagine I'll bring you some next week? No. The week after? No. The week after? No. The week after? No. It's not one that I get to see often. I'm leaving the final 4 with you now to fight it out between yourselves. My fingers are crossed. I adore this strand, and you're going to as well when you get it home. Just $39.95. Good work to all of you. What did you say, Poppet? Oh, we're doing the wire next. Oh my gosh, this with the wire, because this deserves rhodium, I think, personally. Well done, everyone who owns that. True connoisseurs who've got it. Congratulations to all those names on my screen. We've got some more wire coming up for you later on like this on the Late Show, but we've got the flat wire now. This flew out yesterday. I did a show yesterday. I was calling it the Gem Jam Show. Because Gemma and Jim Jam, yeah, but Gemma and Jam were on, and they worked with this wire. Now, let me tell you what this is. Flat wire, perfect for bezeling, but also you can do it in almost a quilling manner to create these glorious shapes. Gemma Crow did this wonderful sword It was incredible, wasn't it? She did a sword and she did a demo on exactly how to create it, and it was using these, essentially. It might have been the black one, but these you can do with the same design. This is flat sterling silver wire with rhodium over the top. We don't get to see this often at all. Now, rhodium is an incredibly rare metal, described as the rarest metal, precious metal out there on the planet. It is the rarest element on the periodic table, and it was actually discovered by a gentleman called William, who was from Northumberland, was it? I can't remember. He's from England, and he discovered it. And it was discovered as a sideline of platinum, because this is in the platinum family. Really interesting thing about this, and wait a minute for it to process, there are no rhodium mines on the planet. That seems like it doesn't make sense, does it? There are zero rhodium mines on the planet. Because this is an ore of platinum. So there's platinum mines, of which now and again you'll get the ore aspect of your rhodium from that. But that just goes to show how rare this is. I mean, there's numerous gold mines, platinum mines, titanium mines, but none actually just of this because of the makeup of it. Now, in your rhodium, what you're getting is lasting beauty, essentially. Because it's part of the titanium family, you don't get any of the oxidization that you would normally get with the likes of a sterling silver. You don't get any corrosive action as you would normally expect with your sterling silver or your gold or whatever else it might be. It is strong, it is durable, and it is workable as well. Now, with this wire, with this amount of wire that you're getting as well, you've got a lot of rhodium on this. So every single element of this is not just the sterling silver at the heart, it's got the rhodium over the top, which I think gives it a real titanium look and finish, which will last and last and last because rhodium is so incredibly strong. But it's absolutely all over this, lashings and lashings and lashings of it. Now, rhodium is one of the most expensive metals out there because of its durability, because of how much loved it is, but also because of how individual it is. And what I will say to you is, with this, the rarity is almost unimaginable. So, gold is a rare metal. We can mine loads and loads and loads and loads of gold, technically. We can bring you thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of tons worth of gold. We can get that out of the ground every year. You know, thousands of tons worth. How much rhodium do you think we get out of the ground? I mean, it's hundreds and thousands of grams worth of silver we can get out of the ground. You know, it's thousands and thousands of tons worth a year this is in. Hundreds of thousands of tons worth of gold we can get out of the ground every year. Do you know how much of this we get out of the ground every year, approximately? 20. It's incredibly rare. It's paired with an incredible precious metal. This is a sword that Gemma made with this yesterday. All on our Facebook page at JewelleryMaker.com. The blade and the handle and the T-bar. So the blade itself is made with this, which is the 5mm, and the T-bar that's kind of the handle section that goes across is made with this, which is the 3mm. The thickness is the same. It's a 0.3mm that you've got. It's just the width, if that makes sense, is different. That was made with this, and the price today is £21.95 for you. Now, we're having a bit of an issue with the graphics, so we're writing it there at the bottom of your screen, but don't worry, you can get it on the website. You can see that on the website. You can still buy it online. If you call the call centre, they'll let you get it for this price that's here, £21.95. We're having a bit of a technical jump around, so you can see it's having a right good boogie, isn't it? That's a peculiar one, isn't it? Lots of names there, confusing us. We're having a slight graphical issue, but there is the price, £21.95. The call centre knows it's that price. That is your price on it today. Shouldn't have been. Shouldn't have been. It was way above that in general, wasn't it? I can't even remember what it was. That's the should be price. We can't crash it down, but it is £21.95. £21.95 should have been £35, which I think is wonderful, because when we were doing our research, you can hardly find it, you can hardly see it.
I've never said it before it came on here.
No.
It's really difficult to get hold of, so you know you're going to have to get looking at some quite specialised sites if you can find it at all.
Yeah, absolutely. If you were busy yesterday, order this now. When you get it in a few days, you can go back onto our YouTube channel and watch the Gemma and Jan show with me yesterday. Started at 1, ended at 5. They worked with this as part of their first kit, so the first hour is dedicated to this stuff essentially, and the makes, and we have makes off both of them. So you're going to get free inspiration with this, and you're getting it at a crash down price. Should have been, but we took it to this. We don't do price drops like that on rhodium plated sterling silver wire often, but we've managed it today. It's an astonishing opportunity. What would you do with this? I've had some of Gemma's ideas and Jan's ideas. You are totally different inspiration. What would you like to do with this wire?
So I would totally do it. I would like to make what Gemma made yesterday. I absolutely love it. I looked at that and I was like, genius.
Yeah.
The woman is a genius.
I know, clever.
She really is. I also love the quilling, and I know Jan did some lovely quilling.
Yeah.
But Tracy Spurgeon's done some amazing quilling, so I'd like to do something like that too with it.
Yeah.
But I do some quite simple. Like you have 5 rounds, so some really nice rounds, and just take it up and under and up, and just have them kind of framed. It looks really nice and it hangs really nice.
Yeah.
So I do that with it, to be fair, as well.
And
once I've made my sword.
Yeah, and your sword. Do you know what? This would be really cool on the sword, wouldn't it?
Perfect.
It would be perfect. On the top, you could do it where the handle is, or you could turn the sword into like an arrow.
You could. But
and with this tipped arrow.
It deserves something like that.
Yeah, it does.
In fact, those stones deserve rhodium, and rhodium deserves those stones.
You're right. I agree with you. I need to forewarn, I'm in my last chance saloon on that now. I'm really sorry. I'm very, very sorry. That is an exceptional deal. And only a few of those ones available. I'm bringing you this strand now in the triangles. This is a glorious strand. Well done, everyone who got that. One absolute deal, and like I said, late show. Stay tuned on that if you're loving treats like that. Excuse me. This is a really glorious high-end strand which shows you idyllic cut. I'm catching the light perfectly on that one. Oh, well, I was. To show you exactly the work that goes into the faceting of this. So if you ever hear us refer to lapidarists or lapidarists, it's a gemstone cutter. And what a gemstone cutter does is shapes our beautiful gemstones. Now, what you have here is the light on that gem that I've just pointed to. That is the table aspect. Now, a table, there it is, that table there. A table's use, amongst other things, is to allow the light to travel into the gem. So as the light's travelling in, you can see it guides down. So it's guiding down this crown section. So the crown is where you get the table that comes around to the side. Can you see that? If I just tilt it up slightly. This section that arches down. Now that section there helps give you the size of this without being overly intrusive. So it's giving you the size and the dimensions of this. You're then going around to the girdle, which is the lacing around the outside, which works as the access point to take you down that pavilion. So the pavilion is where it starts to nudge in. The pavilion is one of the most highly faceted locations on a gemstone, and with that high faceting, that's what you get when you see through to the center of the table. The light hits through that table, it catches all of those facets, and it gives you this bedazzling, absolutely beguiling transference of light. The tip at the end that goes down to the point, the bit that you almost feel like you're falling into when you're looking at this, that's the cule, and for many reasons there's that there, and one of them is essentially to help with the strength. I've not got a huge, way below what I was expecting. Way below what I was expecting. This reminds me of those strands we used to do about 2 years ago where we were doing the concave strands, and you got 3 on a strand, and you were at £30-ish mark for 3. This reminds me of that quality and that beauty. £14.95. That made you, whew, then.
That made me a bit disgusted. Because you just try and find something with that cut and that quality, and you know, you can be paying more than that for one of them.
You really would.
To be perfectly frank with you. So, I mean, it's an unusual cut, so it's something I would automatically have on my stall, and do have on my stall, and it's just absolute quality.
Single figures now. It really is quality, isn't it?
I'm not surprised. It's a disgusting price.
I love, this is something like a ring.
Yeah, that's the thing, is it's perfect for earrings, they're perfect for rings, perfect for necklaces. It's the perfect all-round size, which means you can make suites of jewellery, and you only need to use one each time.
If you wanted to, definitely. Yeah. Definitely. Go whole hog, why not? With something like this too. Single figures now, extremely low opportunity. It's JewelleryMaker.com if you fancy joining us and you want to order these. If you prefer speaking on the phone, then that's 0800 644 655. Lots of you treating yourselves to this. I don't want you to miss out, so please do add it to your order whilst you have the opportunity. It'll go great with that rhodium sterling silver wire. Last chance on that one. Well done to you all. I'm bringing brightness, boldness and interest in my next strand. Amazonite from Russia. Wow, that's a really good one. Wow, that's a really good one. Can you price point me? What? Really? What? Really? What? That's incredible. How did I not see this in the schedule? Schedule's the things you get before the show that tell you what's coming on. Like a menu for the show. I'm blown away by that. Okay, Amazonite. Let's tell you the tale. Amazonite, no one knows exactly where the name comes from. Some people think it comes from the Amazonian River, although it's never been mined anywhere near there. And some people think that it's to do with Amazonian warrior women. That's the one I like to go with. They believe that because it was actually found in armour and weaponry. So it's been found in Amazonian warrior women armoury. And they believe, historians believe, that the Amazonian warrior women thought that this gemstone would give them strength in battle. It would kind of, really bring them out of themselves and really help them when they needed it most. I don't know which one of those stories is true, because I can see the strength of this, but I can also see wave-like images. I'll be honest, when I look at this strand, it doesn't really bother me where the name comes from, because I just think it's glorious. This is like artwork. This is like an etching and a painting trapped in time to be worn around the décolletage. This is a phenomenal Russian natural Amazonite strand. It's a great quality, isn't it, Sammy?
It is, and you get that kind of dark, almost turtling effect. I don't know if I'm describing it properly, that you only get with the really, really nice stuff.
Yeah.
I absolutely love it. I really, really do. I've got quite a lot of it now, because every time it comes on, I get it. Yeah. Because I love it so much, and that quality is incredible. The colour is amazing. And again, I'm just always fascinated by the fact that nature produces these things.
Yeah, and she does. And she's done a corker of a job on this. She really, really has. It's not... And sometimes you get really wispy looking Amazonite. And what I mean by wispy is... Well, I mean it on two things. I mean, tonality-wise, super duper light. I'm talking sort of 10, 20% tone sometimes in the background. But also talking wispy in the sense of, you know the really wispy clouds you get? You can kind of get that look with some. But actually, on very high-end Amazonite, you get way more tone, way more saturation, and so many more of those striations, and that's exactly what you've got here. A high-end gem, low-grade price that really did make me, what? Genuinely, because I did not expect a price like that.
No, I went to Rock Joe and Beach Show recently, and there were cabochons of that, and it was a lot more than that for one piece.
Yeah.
So
and for one piece?
For one piece.
More expensive than the price you've got?
£20 for one
£20
for one piece.
For one piece. Understandable.
Yeah.
Understandable.
Yeah.
Because it is glorious, it is beautiful gem, it is from a sought after location.
Because you can see almost those almost tiger stripes that you get in it. That's what then it starts commanding the higher prices.
I think that's a wonderful, wonderful deal. How would you show this off with the ones you've got yourself? You know, what have you done with them? And what would you do to show these off?
I've just looked at them a lot.
I love that.
I know, because I've got a really big soft spot for Amazonite of all types. I love to use it with bare copper because I love to make it pop. And I know that sounds odd, but because I've got work in galleries and stuff, what I'll do is some really big pieces with just a few bits of Amazonite in and oxidise them, and it really stands out. And I'll have little bits of topaz in there too. Not topaz. Topaz and peridot.
Peridot, yeah.
Anything that's really kind of sparkly, but it just offsets this Amazonite. Love it.
I love that. That's such a great process of thought, and I understand why that'd work. £11.95 for you. Loads of you with that in your baskets. If you're clicking to say you like it, that's fine, but do ensure you're checking out. Don't forget £2.95 postage packaging up until midnight, no matter how much you get. So get those ones whilst you can. When your manager says to you, in the gold box, some cheeky diamonds, it kind of makes your brain rustle, because when I started working here, I wasn't bringing to you diamonds at all, and yet now I'm bringing them to you as a kind of a little, you know, just for the last sort of 10 minutes of the show treat. This is, I've seen this strand before. This is absolutely awe-inspiring. You know, I was talking to you about the morganite before, and how it's the kind of I love you gem. This is the everything gem. This is the I love you gem. This is the thank you gem. This is the I've been thinking of you at this difficult time gem. This is condolences gem. This is just to say how much I've missed you gem. This has it all. And when it's of this quality, it does it so well, it's difficult to ignore. Am I right in saying less than 20? Is that right? 10. Last ones. Now's your chance. You've missed it before. Don't miss it again. 4 carats worth of faceted black diamonds in all their gloriousness. Oh, I just love the sparkle. It does it all. It gives sparkle, it gives juxtaposition, it gives 100% tonality versus 0% tonality, it gives I love you, thank you, I miss you, and everything else in between. It does it all in an assured way, because this is Kimberley process assured, which essentially means that this has been ethically collected, and that's always something very important, I think, when we're making our jewellery, to remember. And also, if we are gifting for that loved one, then this is most certainly that gem, and of that quality and of that trust, if that makes sense. I've got 9 of these now. When you have diamond of this quality and of a kind of, well, yeah, it's quality and quantity, isn't it? We haven't scampered on each. We haven't gone, oh, let's bring you big quantity and get rid of the quality, or vice versa. We've got a mammoth 4 carats, and the quality is impeccable. In particular, the fact that this is pretty much one of the most blemish-free diamonds I've ever seen. We've got 8 available now. That is an incredible opportunity. Please note, I haven't said the thing that's there in that pink box. That bit there, yeah, I haven't said that. And that's because sometimes if you ignore things, they just go away.
Oh, he's not crashing diamonds.
On exactly. How are we crashing the price on diamonds? That makes it even easier. I love you, I adore you, thank you so much gift, doesn't it? That makes it even more impeccable. We've rolled that price down so much for you on diamonds. £139.95. Everybody pays that final closing price. Those people who had already checked out at that initial price, what a wonderful deal. Don't worry about it. It's not an issue. It's not a problem. Everybody pays the final closing price. This is a treasure, Sammy, isn't it?
It is. It's my birthstone as well.
Oh, you lucky lass.
I know. I love them. I have that strand because I adore it so much. I love the workmanship in each one. It's just fabulous. I've just channel set a couple of them in a bracelet. So I completely adore them.
It's phenomenal, isn't it? I have counted these up and I've got a really huge amount. 15 in this strand. Obviously it's done on carat weight, you might get 14, you might get 15. Get ready for this. Per diamond, on my strand it works out, £9.33.
That's silly, isn't it?
You couldn't buy someone a thank you big box of you know, Christmas style chocolates for that, could you?
I'd much rather have that. It's not going to put any weight on, isn't it?
It's not going to affect your calorie content. It's going to last and last and last for so much longer.
Yeah.
That is incredible, working out on my strand around £9.33 per diamond. And final 2 of these. I am so sorry if you miss out. Have we reordered these, do we know? Already placed on these ones, so fingers crossed we'll get it through to you in the next few months. But right now, this is the last 2 we have of these ones, so well done to all of you. What a great opportunity, what a great deal. I'm blown away by that, I really am. B Diddy's nodding, just went, and me. What am I taking? Which one? The Morganite, I'll just bring this over. Oh, it's soft against the skin.
Major present. That's beautiful.
Oh, a tree of life. That works so well in a tree of life. I don't know why I didn't even think of that.
A lot of people don't because we automatically think of chips.
Nuggets, you're right.
So you can do it with the Morganite as well if you wanted.
How glorious is that?
Beautiful.
That's coming in from the kit that we had earlier on, your second kit. It was the challenge kit.
Oh, if you did it with a chrome dioxide. I know. Sorry, anyway.
Colour-wise,
yeah.
on with the Morganites.
Yes.
On with, this is the loop, maybe with a little bit of rosary link or something in between. Oh, I think I'm onto something there. I can't lift it up or show you, but just trust me on this. Works well, doesn't it? This is your Morganite, which is up on your screen right now. We took it to £9.95, even though it's natural, even though it's exceptional amount of saturation, and even though it's Morganite and we've not been able to buy any this year. So, bit of a special deal, really. Thank you so much for today. Your glorious necklaces with the amethyst earlier on was just beautiful, and your challenge collection as well.
Aww.
When are you with us next?
I don't actually know because we've not had our August dates yet. So I'm not back. I'm not back to August. I know I've got a festival to do.
Busy bee. Always busy, Sammy is.
Yes, so I've got quite a lot going on.
Okay, so August
at
some point. Yes. Keep your eyes peeled on our programme guide, which you can find online if you so wish. I really appreciate it, and it's just been lovely, and good luck with your festival and everything else.
Thank you.
Have a fantastic time. Thank you for joining me for this whole weekend. It's been a total riot, it really has, and you've all been truly lovely. I wish you a very safe and happy start to your week. I'll see you on Monday. Have a lovely evening, and stay tuned for The Late Show.
The Jewellery Maker Wall of Fame is where you get to showcase your skills